Welcome to Superchat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. We're going to talk about the first channel in a quick second here, but literally moments before we started today, I was as fast as I could going through the YouTube studio, and I just noticed the chat right now. I don't know how many people noticed I pinned a message here, and it's at the bottom of the chat, not the top of the chat. And if you remember, we were all going crazy over some of the glitches that were happening all over YouTube, literally for days. It seemed like the whole site was not working for a couple of days there. Glitch after glitch after glitch. And now we see the features that we've been waiting for, because every time YouTube seems to have these heavy glitches, they end up coming out with features not too long afterwards. Life Between Worlds channel, thank you for a super chat. It's the same reason we've got Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey up on the screen right now. So yeah, not meaning to be negative. I'm just talking about the idea these glitches happen. I've always wondered, why doesn't YouTube recode the whole thing from scratch? It wouldn't be difficult. They've got the teams, they've got the money, instead of working with what I imagine is spaghetti code that's been sitting there for over 20 years now. But this is what I wonder. So let's get right into it. We'll do some introductions in a second, but Grant's faithful GLP-1 journey is somebody who's been a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter ever since finding us. It's only been a few months so far. This creator wants to help when it comes to the idea of a healthy lifestyle, both with the GLP-1 information and personal experience they're going to share. And then we've got lots of friends that want to help with healthy eating, healthy living, things like exercising, and things like that as well. So Faithful GLP-1 Journey is more often, but they've also got shorts on the channel, and these have gotten into 1,200, 1,500, 1,600 views. Looks like a little bit more variety mixed in there, but they've got well beyond a dozen of those to get started with, and then live streams on the channel as well. And it's been a couple of weeks since I caught you for one of these live streams, but they're doing these very frequently, not quite daily, but I would say several times a week. We've got notification bells on for every single channel, and that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and hopefully catching each other as often as possible as well, if that makes sense. So hopefully everybody will connect with Faithful GLP-1 Journey. They've got an interesting sub count right now at 444. Almost unfortunate to ruin such a square number, but we'd love to push them a little bit farther towards the 450 we know that they would rather have by now. And thank you again for a super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Grant's been doing that frequently lately. Things like super chats and memberships here are absolutely unnecessary. Life Between Worlds channel just did the same thing, so we'll look at their channel right away. I know the feral grandma is driving right now, and my goodness, 10 gifted memberships. Thank you for that. That's far over and above. I certainly do appreciate the generosity, but absolutely unnecessary. I know all the recipients will be happy to have those. I think there might be one or two in the chat already. If that's the case, I'll put members and moderators onto the wheel like we always do. We'll look at the feral grandma next. We'll start spinning that wheel shortly, and over the course of the next 3 hours, we'll add some more names to our wheel from our chat list. It's always based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation over the course of the stream. I am interested to know that Ashley Anthony says that they just took a bit of a break. That's absolutely fine. We talk about that in our interview series where our dear friend Mod6510 Models from the UK shares insight as to how a break is all right when it's necessary. We don't want to encourage it, but if we need it, then we talk about how to get the momentum back on a channel, because it absolutely does come back. But Ashley Anthony 21 has actually been she's been with us a couple years now, but she's been doing other work on other platforms. And forgive me, because I'm uncertain about TikTok. I barely use TikTok. I'm sure everybody here imagines I would use it much more than I do, and I don't know why I really don't. Instagram is the thing for me. I'm there all day, and then Facebook as well, Twitter sometimes, TikTok occasionally, and then I'm usually on all the social networks. I just don't conversate on them as frequently as let's say Facebook Messenger and Instagram, like I said, is where it's at for me. Scotty J Travels, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. We're going to talk about Life Between Worlds channel right now. We'll do some more introductions. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I always find it interesting to know how the different social networks operate. I happen to be a computer programmer to a small point, but I've been in social media from the beginning. So before any of it even started, with AOL and CompuServe being the way that we communicated, and eventually some of the browsers that came out like Netscape, which turned into Firefox, and then of course Google came around with Yahoo and AltaVista and Lycos and a few others. And then the social network started with Friendster and MySpace, and there's another one, I can't remember the name of it, I gotta look it up because I never remember which one it is, that was at the same time as those. And then Facebook kind of took the world by storm, and then they bought Instagram and WhatsApp, and now we've got Pinterest and LinkedIn and Snapchat, and there's different ones all the time. Rumble and Blue Sky and things. I don't know if anybody uses much of those, except for very extreme cases. But it's interesting to see all these different platforms. Whatnot is something I've been mentioning lately. That's a live auction style sale platform. We've got lots of friends that do live auction style sales on YouTube, but there's a lot of money to be made on places like Whatnot apparently as well. And then thank you so much, Calico Panther. Yes, Kyle Vlog channels here. New Times, New Beginnings. Michael's Adventures hasn't been on TikTok at all, which is interesting. It's kind of like what I think about Snapchat. Snapchat got really, really, really big. Facebook offered them. I don't know if I'm right about these numbers, but I heard back in the day they offered $3 billion to buy Snapchat. We'd never heard about billions before. Instagram was the first one. They bought it for $1 billion. When Snapchat said no, and Facebook went on to buy WhatsApp, apparently they bought it for like $16 billion. And that's when everybody realizes you didn't buy Instagram, you stole it. And those are not my words. I don't remember who I'm paraphrasing from, but there's a lot out there. It's a lot to keep up with. The idea, of course, is that we want to cross-promote on as many social networks as we can make time for. But as far as I'm seeing out there, YouTube is still the king when it comes to monetization. And what I mean by that is YouTube seems to pay the most, the fastest, for most people, if that makes any sense. We can try the other networks, and some people find more success on them, but the majority of people who are monetized and happy with it seem to be having YouTube as their forefront. If Facebook owns WhatsApp and Instagram, they are now called Meta, right? M-E-T-A, Meta. Just like Google changed their company to Alphabet, which now owns Google, but it's all the same thing, and they own YouTube. They bought it a long time ago, apparently 20 years ago or whatever it was. And then, yeah, forgive me, we got into quite a bit of nonsense getting into today's stream. But I got into these new features that I see. You're going to see it. Everybody here, if you happen to use YouTube on a computer and you get into the YouTube studio, you're going to see all these pop-up things popping all over the place now, showing you all the new things that we're going to have to go through and have a look at. And then Silver Assassin Metal Detecting, good to see you in the house. I know you're here the other day. Forgive me, we missed your channel the other day. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we're on. And of course, we move the streams around different days. We're back on Thursday. PK Adventure Travels, if Ryan and Mel are still in the chat, I know they're live right after Superchat. They're actually live an hour before we finish, but they're usually on longer than an hour, so we can raid in there today. Michael's Adventures will also drop a premiere. He does that every single day, actually, at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern. We just try to mix the raids up a little bit. And then anybody can reach out, by the way. I'm on Instagram, like I said, all the time. Facebook most of the time. Twitter some of the time as well. Thank you. My lovely accomplice, again, is helping me out because I forgot to make something warm to keep my voice going over the course of the next 3 hours. I usually alternate between things I don't want to admit to drinking, nothing alcoholic, just sugary nonsense that I should be avoiding. But we'll keep it hidden from the camera and then we'll pretend it doesn't exist. Life Between Worlds is here. This is a channel I'm still getting to know, but they've been making frequent appearances here for the last couple of months. They're bringing us a lot of travel, a lot of travel. I just watched a video. I had a limited amount of time today before we started this stream, but I did watch this video, and this is really cool. I won't click on it right now, I guess, but when I roll over it, you get the idea. This creator's going into a pub that's literally oh, I don't know how many years that. You guys can figure out how many years that is. It's like 120. He must have said it in the thing, and the ceilings are low and it's very, very small and everything else, but really, really cool. And he's taking us to really interesting places like Thailand, I'm familiar with from other channels, and then obviously giving us a look into his life in between the travel as well, but bringing us to some interesting places. So I'll be looking forward to some more. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that into a special playlist I have. I call it my catch-up list, and it's just a fun name for a playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,500, 1,600, 3,300 views, which is great to see, and 161 subscribers. So we'd love to push Life Between Worlds a little bit farther towards the 200 we know they must be thinking about. And then thank you again, Life Between Worlds channel and Grant's Faithful GLP1 Journey for those super chats. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Like I said, absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. The Feral Grandma gifted 10 memberships a moment ago, so we're going to look at that channel right now. And then I see that OG Sean White is gifting a membership as well. And they've both done things like that before, so we'll look at OG Sean White in a moment. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Handicapped Travelers in the house, that's Dan. That means you've got your live stream coming up tomorrow. Handicapped Traveler does a live stream on the last Friday of every month, and now that we're back to our every 3 days, we've moved our calendar around. We're on today. We'll be back Sunday, which is the day before Jessie Journals and Unboxes' birthday. As a matter of fact, she'll be celebrating. She drops her premieres every Sunday. Her birthday happens to be on Monday. Pete gave us a reminder yesterday, likely in Michael's Adventures premiere. I can't remember where he mentioned that, but we're always happy to celebrate milestones of any kind. Sarah Presswood is here. Mona Did What is in the house. JGP Jr. picked up one of those gifted memberships, which is really cool. Rushing Wind Mountain, our dear friend Ruby is here. I've got quite a few names on the wheel. Yes, Nomads I've added. Foraging and Urban Farming is there. High Plains Camper and Crafty Witch 232 are already on the wheel. And then, of course, Jessie Journals and Unboxes. Scratch and Pete PA is on the wheel. Simply Debbie Sue has come in. and we're looking at the Feral Grandma. So this is another channel that has been with us. I'm trying to remember how long ago she came into the Tuber Chat family. I was thinking a year, but it might not quite be that yet. It's got to be getting close. 9 months ago is the first video that I saw from this channel. Actually, it's been a while since she's posted, right? Another month. So I think for today, I'm going to take another video. Something different, but much longer than 3 minutes for today. Let's watch a grilling video. I'm gonna watch a grilling video, not let's watch it. I'm gonna watch it after. But one of the things we've learned, especially from some of our friends helping us with healthy eating and healthy living, like Just Jason Keto comes to mind, with healthy looking grilling shorts, short videos seem to do really, really well. This creator has got some shorts now into 694, 993, and even over 1,000 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. She was on a couple of days ago. Hopefully I'll catch you for another one of these. It's been a couple of months. Yeah, a couple months since I caught you for a live stream. Again, we've got notification bells on for every single channel. I happen to be out Monday to Friday a little bit, somewhere around 9 to 5 Eastern, but the rest of the time I'm usually on, floating on and off YouTube many hours a day. Nesha Antoinette is in the house, and I did see Vintage V29 is here. Let's get Vintage V on the wheel. I got a little bit more to say about the Feral Grandma in a moment. Foraging and Urban Farming hit 400. And they've got 400 watch hours, if I understand that right, and growing, which is great. Don's channel, good to see you here. I think we missed you the other day as well. I know I caught your live stream, but I think in here, I think in Tuber Chat, we missed seeing your channel. I never mean to miss anybody. I try to say hello to everybody. Obviously, I miss a lot that goes on in the chat, especially when we're moving so quickly. Calico Panther, thank you for the super chat. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated. They've done that a million times before. They're literally dropping a super chat for the kitty treats. That's for Trouble Von Cuddlepuss and Spiky Bruiser, who've both made cameo appearances on Tuber Chat many times. And then, again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. We're going to look at Calico Panther after OG Sean White. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. It's the same reason we're looking at the Feral Grandma right now. This creator actually gifted 10 memberships a few minutes ago. I really do appreciate that overwhelming generosity. It's absolutely unnecessary. That's the truth. I know I say it a million times. Everybody can see this channel's doing fine. There's enough of that activity. I'm happy to see people spread the love around, but I certainly do appreciate it, and I know the recipients will be happy to have picked up those memberships as well. There's Kristen Walton, my love. She just brought me my drink that I want to pretend is a coffee, like Ashley Anthony said, and not admit that it's hot chocolate. In Canada, we call it hot chocolate, not hot cocoa, by the way. And then hopefully we're not missing anybody. A Space for 3, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. This might be your first time with Tuber Chat, but hopefully you're feeling welcome. And our instructions are always in our video description, so you can get the most out of your time here. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then Mona did what? Thank you so much for the super chat for Scratchin' Pete PA, a beloved and dedicated moderator here. He's actually known as a shining jewel on this channel, and I'll explain why when we get his channel up, and then we'll look at Mona did what. She's been a friend of ours for years, and she is just, her channel's nice and strong and solid. And there you go. Yes, Ashley Anthony. Hopefully, again, I'm not missing anybody. I know I say it a million times. When we look at OG Sean White, we see a creator that's bringing us door dashing almost every single day. As a matter of fact, they just had their best, I think they said their best day ever, but I think they got their biggest tip ever as well. They managed to do something for a catering job and got like a $50 tip or something like that. And I remember the excitement, which is great. OG Sean White, I actually just watched a video from them as well. Where was the video that I watched? Is it this? Yes, a thank you to everyone. So much gratitude in this creator, and it's great to see because I'm still learning about OG Sean White. This is somebody I'm still getting to know. They've just been with us a couple months now, but right away had impact on this community. They're a pleasure to watch, and the excitement that they have literally is almost infectious. I can truly say that when you catch this creator, I mean, they're doing what they're doing. If they're outdoor dashing, and that's what they're doing at the time, they take us with them. They've got lots of other either creators or other door dashes, and of course a big audience that comes in there as well. That continues to grow. Look at the view counts on some of these live streams, and they're on for hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 11 hours, my goodness. But just hustling and hustling and hustling. And one of the things that I like to focus on when we see creators doing this, we've got a few friends doing it. Driving Daily is out literally every day doing this kind of thing as well, door dashing and other things. Gig Life with the Stardashians, they changed their name. It's Keeping Up with the Stardashians now, but they do gig work also. I love the idea of people double dipping. If you're lucky enough to be able to have something to do where you're getting paid, but can live stream on YouTube and then, you know, double dip with monetization or getting paid or, you know, affiliate links and all the different things that we can do, I think that that is magical. I promise you. One of the times in my own personal life where I managed to move pretty quickly all at once was because I was able to double dip with a full-time gig actually in film before Superchat, and then I was able to do computer programming and put a few really terrible apps on the App Store, which were fine at the time. But I wouldn't have been able to do it. I wouldn't be at the level I am right now, and I wouldn't have, as a programmer, and I wouldn't be able to have got that accomplished if it wasn't for the ability to double dip. So it's something we can think about. It's something that people can look for when you're thinking about side hustles, and if you're lucky enough to be able to have a full-time job or work full-time if you choose to, and this and that, if you can do two things at once. We've got a couple of examples now. Destined to Recover is another channel where the creator is a dispatcher for Amazon. Sometimes she even gets in the vehicles and delivers, but she's usually dispatching, and she's able to live stream all day while she's working, which is really, really cool. Imagine using Amazon's Wi-Fi to live stream while you're working a full-time gig, and her channel's just exploding because of it. That's what I expect from people like Driving Daily, people like OG Sean White, and he was introduced to us by our dear friend Consume the Goodness Kendra. Jen Palazzo from Palazzo Place, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me for anything I've missed in the chat. I know I say it all the time. If you need me to see something specific, just please 3 thumbs up or at mention Tuber Chat, Connect, and Grow. Actually, thank you, Michael's Adventures. I know he often gives up his spot on the wheel. I actually didn't put you on today. I wondered if you might say that, but yeah, and then I'll tell you what, so Michael's Adventures, he's one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my now almost 9 years on YouTube. It's not 9 years next week. Next week is 9 years for me. And all of our moderators are some of the most supportive creators that I've met. There's plenty of extremely supportive creators like Coastal Water you see in the chat right there. She inspired my ChatBot command to make sure that Nightbot and Streamlabs and Stream Elements are all showing up for work. And you know, that's a creator who's been with us for years. There's plenty, and I hear a lot of the nice things that people say about this community and Tuber Chat and all that when I'm visiting other premieres and live streams. And obviously this channel is just like unbelievably strong and solid. The community's unbelievable, and we're seeing channels monetized faster than ever, growing faster than ever. and that obviously is going to continue. So I'm going to be eternally grateful for this. But it's true. So we're going to look at Scratch and PPA in another moment. Mona Did What dropped a super chat just so that we would look at that channel. Life with Angel 16 has come in. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody could be here for 3 hours, and you know, even if you're just coming by to say hello, drop a thumbs up, or for our friends listening and working and driving and doing the things they do while they keep the stream running. Sometimes our dear friend Two Pineapples is listening, and boy, Lou, if you're listening right now, we got some catching up to do. It has been a big week. All of the AI systems and things like that that we're using are really moving at lightning fast speed. I know there's a lot going on in the world right now, but one of the things that I wish for everybody here is to just be aware of what is happening with AI. You don't have to be into it. You don't even have to use it or anything like that. I just want you to know what's out there, because it's changing the entire planet day by day. Things that I have said I'm going to do this thing 2 weeks ago are already, the time has already passed. Things have already moved so much far forward that I'm glad I didn't waste time doing something, because it's easier now. In the 900th episode of Tuber Chat, I got together with Lou from Two Pineapples, the creator I'm talking about right now. He's been with us from the beginning, probably 5.5 years. He joined me for one of our interviews that are on the channel now. I hope everybody will go and watch all of those as well. There's a 6th one coming, but there's 5 of them now. But for episode 900, just a few months ago, we got together and we really had a conversation letting everybody know about some of the tips and tricks we're using with some of the AI systems like ChatGPT. As a matter of fact, this weekend I'm considering switching to Claude from Anthropic. So we'll see, but I'll keep everybody apprised as to how that stuff goes as well. We've got lots of tips and tricks for everybody. But boy, is it moving fast. I don't want anybody left behind here. Oh no, Mona Did What is still in another tornado watch. I thought that was happening a few days ago too. Forgive me if I'm mistaken about that, but thank you, Mona Did What. I'll tell you what, I'll put your channel up just really quickly. I've got you ready to go, because the super chat that you dropped for Scratch and PPA, I'm going to try to get moving through channels now. I know Don's channel I didn't put on the wheel yet. I've got them on the wheel. Vintage Style by Joe is here. Ms. Tarot D is in the house, and thank you everybody. I know everybody's busy, you know, like people working, driving, commuting, doing all the different things we have to do. So I appreciate you making the effort to come in and say hello, because on this channel, just like any other, every view helps, every comment helps, every thumbs up, and all the shares and everything that we do. I appreciate it as much as everybody. I'm happy to see everybody sharing and helping each other, because we see that every day as well. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. He's been with us for years as well, years. I don't even know if it's 3 years or 4 years. I feel like it's 3 years by now. I could be mistaken. A local reviewer, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. I'm going to put your channel up on the screen right after Mona Did What. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. It's the same reason why we're looking at Heidi, the Calico Panthers Variety channel right now. This is the same creator behind another channel called Tend the Sheep Where You Are, Don't Pass Them By. And she's been a dear friend from the beginning as well. I think she's been with us longer than 5.5 years, as a matter of fact. One of the, probably the first lengthy live stream I was ever on. We had a conversation. I think her live stream went on for 4 hours, if I remember right, with Mr. Naz, the creator responsible for naming the wheel. And then I hopped in on that live stream, if I remember right, for probably a good hour. So lots of friendships here, and you see the smile in my face and hear the tone of my voice when I talk about this stuff so lovingly. I'm really happy to see all the friendships that people are fusing together. Friendships are the number one thing that everybody says that they enjoy about the YouTube journey. And then Mona Did What? Look at that. I don't know if you've ever seen that before, But YouTube all of a sudden a while ago started making it possible for somebody to gift a membership and then have it go to themselves, right? And you wonder, how on earth could that happen? You don't have to be a member to gift memberships to other people on other people's channel. And I love that feature because I go out there and I do the same thing. I prefer to gift memberships in most cases than even Super Chat. But, you know, there's enough of that going on everywhere. Hopefully everybody's excited about it all. But Mona did what? Managed to pick up her own gifted membership. So she dropped another one. And thank you. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting has been a long time generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter as well. And they'll be happy to have picked that up. So we'll get that channel onto the wheel. I'll get talking about the one that's on the screen. Heidi the Calico Panther's Variety channel is going to bring us a furry friend that we can enjoy and some outdoor content I see in the shorts here with some winter weather as well, getting into 2,100, 3,200 views. And then when we look at this creator's original channel, it's called Tend the Sheep Where You Are. Don't pass them by. And this is where this creator wants to bring us spiritual inspiration. So there's a little bit of the Calico Panther there in the videos, as you can see. But when I get to the shorts on this channel, you start to really get an idea of what's happening here with the spiritual inspiration. Into 2,700 and 2,800 views, and then live streams, like I said, are an idea from the past. We'll see if they're going to bring those back, but we've got notification bells on for every single channel. I just watched 2 videos from Jody, actually, from Jody Genealogy, a marketplace boutique. And then Six Bows is Back is here as well. Thank you for coming in. These are both creators who've been with us for years. And then thank you again, Calico Panther and Tend the Sheep Where You Are. For the super chat again, she's done that a million times before. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. And then Mona did what? Set us up to be looking at Scratch and PPA. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I just wanted to go back to these search results for a second. Check that out. Jeremy D-Day did a special shout out for Scratch and PPA in a short video, which was great to see. And then Michael's Adventures as well, mentioning Scratch and PPA likely has hundreds of shout outs for him and community posts and shares and all kinds of stuff. And the reason why is because this creator does so much for other people. My bet is that for anybody that's already connected to him for any amount of time, if you were to go to their channel, they would have no choice but to say he is at least one of their most supportive supporters, if not the most. He is unbelievable in the support that he gives to other people. And you'll see that here when you spend more time with us in these Tuber Chat live streams. I refer to him as a shining jewel because of his overwhelming sense of generosity. Now, actually, all of the moderators on this channel are longtime dear friends of mine. They're also dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. One of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. Now, Scratch and PPA gives you a lot of opportunity because this creator has posted with perfect consistency over 5.5 years, well, close to 5.5 years, over 5 years. The Scratch Challenge series of videos has been going on for 5 years. He has not missed one Tuesday, and I'm not kidding, for all of this time. Now, we are grateful that Scratch and PPA has been with us for all of this time. I will be eternally grateful for the things he's done for me and for us. But this creator, I am not kidding, every single week, if you can imagine that, for the rare occurrences where he's dropped a video and not been able to premiere, the video is always still there. It is literally amazing. And when you have a look at his premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats that you've seen in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Butler Family Farm, The Stock Explorer, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, and a few select others. It is very fast paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of. He also has presentation at the forefront of his mind. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video over 5.5 years ago. But this creator actually kind of refreshed the Scratch Challenge series of videos halfway through January. And if you watch his videos today and you recognize them from last year, the year before that, you'll notice there's even more work going into all of the videos. And one of the reasons why is because something I never considered to mention often enough, but I think about all the time. Pete is a fellow Canadian. He's only a couple hours away from me, actually. But this creator, I recognize almost all of, well, most of, or a lot of the lottery tickets that I see here because we likely shop in the same types of stores and things like that, right? So I recognize a lot of these scratch tickets. Like my favorite couple are these crossword tickets and the bingo tickets, wherever they are. I don't scratch a lot of lottery tickets, but I do a few. There's some other great ones. My favorite of all time is Cash for Life, where they give you $1,000 a week for life, or some monster payout and everything else. But Scratch and PPA has to edit the videos based on how the gameplay of the ticket works, and all the tickets are different. You know, some are similar. It's a lot of match 3 games, but there are different game mechanics, if that makes any sense. So that's just technical detail, but you know what I mean. When you look at his channel, though, you're going to see that his bright, beautiful avatar featuring some lottery ticket graphics are matched by the thumbnails, which feature the tickets. Now, we would expect that, but you'll notice he's also got a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series. And then his banner's updated every single week, if you can imagine that, for what I believe is the same over 5 years now. And then, like I said, his video editing skills ever since his very first video. He's done a few different things on the channel, because a couple years ago he took a trip to Italy and brought us some vlogging style shorts videos. And he had the foresight to really start bringing variety into these shorts and into each individual video, or most of them or some of them, right? Because now that we're able to have 3-minute shorts, lots of people are able to do different camera angles, vlogging style, and things like that. So interesting that he had that foresight, but also Italian lottery tickets that he's brought for us as well. And then if you have seen his channel lately, you'll notice over the last 6 months or a little bit longer, he's got a whole new series of shorts videos featuring more new Italian lottery tickets, because he took a trip to Italy a couple of years ago, and then he returned to Italy this past summer. And the very first trip that he went on that I'm talking about from a couple years ago, he took the opportunity to bring us his very first live stream. And I was lucky enough to have been in the chat at the time, but anybody could go back and check out that replay. It's not even an hour long, so it's perfect to watch too. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. He's working on 2,700 subscribers, monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And Mona did what? Thank you so much for the super chat. That's the reason we're looking at Scratch and PPA's channel right now. Very generous thing to have done. Mary's Life Journey is in the house, and then Angie's Oddities is here. Yeah, I had to drive through that rain, and I had to stand in it a little bit as well, so I got soaked, and I'm not as happy about it as everybody else is. But it was teeming rain everywhere from Toronto to Niagara today, where I live. And then I feel like I've missed a couple of channels coming in. Nez Lovers on the wheel. And then Brian Sports Entertainment is here. I don't mean to have missed you in the chat. I'm not sure if I said hello to Sarah Prestwood, but I know you've been here for a while. Six Poses back. I mentioned Ship to Shore Cruise News came in. And Oh, I just know I'm missing another channel. Broke but Bountifully Blessed Carol is here. So I don't mean to miss anybody else. As long as everybody's active in the chat, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And then Simply Debbie Sue is still in the house as well. So again, thank you, Mona Did What, giving us a chance to look at Scratch and PPA. We absolutely honor super chats like that. Mona Did What wanted to give up her chance for her channel to be shown, but we'll just look at it quickly. She's been a dear friend for a long time. She's got tons and tons and tons of friends. A truly dynamic creator. She's going to help us with quilting and sewing, and she's going to help us avoid mistakes and also fix the mistakes that we might make when we're engaging in different sewing activities or quilting or different crafting. I've just got her latest video to watch, one of them. And then she's got shorts on the channel as well. She's always laughing and dancing and singing and having a good time. And you see her there with 10,000, 15,000 views on a couple of these shorts videos and lots of live streams. I managed to catch her yesterday, but she's always got a panel full of friends and they're creating and laughing and telling stories and conversating and doing all the fun stuff everybody does on live streams. So she's been at this a long time. Mona Did What's been a friend of ours for years. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. And then we will get to Local Reviewer 82. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then, Nez Lover, thank you so much. I really do appreciate all the nice things people say. I don't mean to miss so much in the chat. A lot of times I glance over, I see them, I don't recognize everything everybody says. But I do appreciate everything as much as everybody. I try desperately to keep the channels going here. You know I get stuck in story time. And to be honest with you, I truly get a lot more credit than I think I absolutely deserve. I mean, I do as much as I can for everybody, truly, as a creator. You know, I'm out there, I'm bouncing in between live streams, going to premieres, I'm watching my share of videos and everything else, and I try to do as much as I can, but there's only so much that anybody can do. And I know a lot of people give me a lot of thanks and a lot of credit, but I promise you, I wouldn't be able to do these streams the way that they are if it wasn't for the moderators that help. Now, I give a lot of credit to the moderators, and I talk about them in every single stream, but there are a lot of other friends that are here regularly, and it's not that I want to play favorites. I keep a very small number of moderators on this channel only because I can. If we needed more, I would add more, but I don't want everybody to have to think about moderating. We don't do links here, so nobody's got to do that kind of thing. And we try to get the chatbots like Nightbot and Streamlabs and Stream Elements to do a lot of the things that the moderators sometimes get bogged down with, so that hopefully they can enjoy the stream too. What I actually want, if you ever wonder to yourself, this guy Kevin who, you know, talks for 3 hours, what does this guy want? What I want is for everybody to get what they want out of YouTube. That's the truth. Because the more everybody gets out of their time here and out of their YouTube journey as a part of this community, when you eventually get to a point, some of you are already there, but when you get to a point that people start asking you how you became successful on YouTube and how did you do it because they want to do it, can you teach them, which I hope you will, then you will have no choice, basically, than to say, well, there's this thing, Tuber Chat, and you got to go see it. And I know people say that kind of thing all the time, so I automatically get what I want. When I was in high school in my first marketing class, it was my only marketing class, it was in 10th or 11th grade, I understood right away when the teacher was talking about managers. We could think about managers in two different ways. You go to a restaurant or a clothing store, there's managers all over the place, key holders and, you know, people who are responsible for shift work and helping other, you know, employees and things like that, running teams and everything else. But there's also a different kind of manager when you think about somebody like Taylor Swift or some of our favorite sports teams or some of our favorite artists or some of our favorite celebrities. They have managers as well. So the idea is if you could be a manager, and I'm not saying I am, it's just a story, But if you could be a manager of other people and help make them successful, here's the idea. If you want to be a millionaire, you go and you help 10 people become millionaires, but you really have to actually help them. But if you do and you take 10 points off of every person, you're automatically a millionaire. It's automatic. You made it easy on yourself. That's the idea, right? So this is why I get everything that I want out of YouTube, and will continue to for many years, I'm sure, is because all that we're here for, all that this channel is meant so that everybody can get more out of their YouTube journey or do the things that they want to do faster. Just Jason Keto, thank you so much for the gifted membership. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Unfortunately, Jason has to skip his live stream today, but it's for good reason. He's with family, and most of us, if not everybody's going to agree, family first, of course. So always thankful for every moment you get to spend with family, especially for such a joyous occasion, a wedding rehearsal. Sounds like a good excuse to miss a stream. So otherwise, he's usually on every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. We know tonight PK Adventure Travels will be on, so we're going to go and raid into their live stream probably right after Tuber Chat. Lots of opportunity then for everybody to continue connecting the same way we do here. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to talk about Local Reviewer. They also dropped a Super Chat. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters up right away. We will likely get to spinning the wheel very soon, but we'll take a break. We'll go for a few minutes here. And right before we do that, we're going to play a clip from that interview series of videos that I was talking about earlier. I was joined by 6 creators so far. 5 of the episodes are already out. There's one more coming. And these creators have been friends of ours for years. They've been through all the same things we're going through. They're continuing to go through those things today. And they shared with me their insight as to how they got over 10,000 subscribers on their YouTube channels. What do you think led up to that explosion for your channel?
Well, at first, the channel was very slow to start. And then it was around the time I met you, your channel, it started growing a little bit. And then we got to January of last year, we only had we hit our 1,000 subs. Okay. And then it was really going slow. In between January to September of 24, we only gained 300 subs.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So it was really slow, but we managed to get our watch hours. So we managed to get monetized, things like that. And we were getting ready to go to our supply runs for the winter time. And I said, well, I think I'm just going to film this. We've never done a shopping thing or anything like that. And I checked it out online, and it showed favorability of doing well.
That's good.
We did it. The only thing I didn't really do is I didn't film a whole lot in the store. And I kind of regret that because I had a lot of people asking about that. They wanted to see the prices. And honestly, I think what it was is people really curious what it's like to live here and have to shop here. And I think that's what brought everybody in. And it exposed us to a lot of other people that are like-minded on living this way or wanting to be curious to be how we live, as well as the group that just are into shopping. And I guess there's a huge following of people that do shopping videos. And
I'm not surprised now that you mention it that way. Yes.
Yeah. So I think a combination of it being a shopping video and us being rather unique on where and how we get home.
Absolutely. Yes.
A lot of the comments on that video were about the train.
Oh.
Was that a bus I just saw on the tracks? Was that a truck on the tracks? Was that a tractor? Stuff like that. And it's like, yeah.
Wow.
So I think it was a combination of the shopping and where we're at.
Yeah. I looked off to the side there because I got your channel up on another screen in case I want to reference something. I was about to say the video got 1 million views, but no, you're clearly well beyond 2 million now. I wouldn't be surprised to know that there's at least a small handful of magnet fishing channels, or at least between the fishing channels that we do have, several of them have engaged in magnet fishing or teach us how, which is really, really cool. But it's great to see anybody taking interest in anything like that. This is the kind of impact that we can have on YouTube. So forgive me while I take advantage of the opportunity, but when people are watching your videos, this goes for everybody here. When people are watching your videos on YouTube, it doesn't matter whether they got to it accidentally through a search, connected to somebody else, or rated into, doesn't matter. You might be making not just fans out of those people for yourself or your channel, but for your type of content. You might find something like this magnet fishing. Now Chris and Larry might find one of their family members following magnet fishing channels. All of a sudden, those creators will start to build, you know, a little bit more of an audience because somebody else took interest, and this is going to happen over and over and over and over again. Together we travel. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. The hen house is here. Good to see you. Forgive me if I've missed anybody in the chat. There you go. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting collabs with a few magnet fishers from time to time, which is great to know. And collaborating is one of the biggest things we can do to grow our channels. Nez Lover made a comment just when we went on break there about getting seen in live chats. You know, one of the things that can really help, it goes kind of in line with what I was talking about earlier. When we think about getting what we want out of YouTube, right? We know that the world is not fair. Life is not fair, right? We all get this. So here's the idea. If you can be okay with the idea of truly giving much more to other people than you expect to receive for yourself, and I'm serious, you have to be willing to give much more than you expect to receive. If you can be okay with it, you're going to get more out of YouTube and everything else than you wanted to in the first place, I promise you. And this comes down to showing up for other people. Who do you think people are going to favor the most? They're going to favor the people who are there for them all the time. You know what I mean? Half of the reason, I'll bet you, that people come to Superchat, I shouldn't say half, but one of the reasons why people come to Superchat, between our moderators helping everybody, between the nice things people say about everything, but also the fact that I'm out there every day in different people's premieres and live streams. Even if I haven't been to yours yet, I mean, hopefully I will, and anybody can reach out anytime if you have something coming up and let me know, especially monetization celebrations, birthdays, milestones, things like that. But if you want 3 comments on your videos, then you go give 10. If you want 3 views on your videos, then you go give 10. And like I said, I know it's not fair. We all know life's not fair, but that's okay. And I promise you, if you can do that for an extended amount of time, let's say weeks, probably months, maybe even up to a year, eventually things turn around and you will get so much support from other people you won't be able to keep up. And that's what happens for everybody around here. This is why we see channels growing faster than ever before and everybody with a solid and strong foundation. When we look at, as well, the idea of milestones, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, one of our beloved and dedicated moderators, has a birthday coming up on Monday. So I hope everybody will make extra effort to try to catch this Sunday's premiere from her. She premieres every single week on schedule, but we want to make sure, and I try not to miss that stuff. So like I said, anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. I just want to mention one more very quick thing before we continue on with the next couple of channels and we'll start spinning the wheel. But one of the things that we think about is monetization. I know it's on 99% of our minds, right? And there's lots of different ways to monetize, between Amazon affiliate links, sponsored videos, making your own products that you can sell, and of course, AdSense, and then Super Chats memberships and things like that. So different people have different mixed feelings about the ideas of Super Chats, memberships, and everything else. But the fact is, YouTube makes these things available. and they give people an opportunity to support your channel in the way that they want to support you. So this idea of like super chats and memberships, some people do one, some people do both, some people, like memberships but they don't like super chats, and the other way around, right? There's nothing wrong with any of it. Everybody, there's, 9 billion people or close to it on the planet now, whatever that means, 9 billion different opinions about every single thing. But if somebody was to ask, I just want to throw my 2 cents out there. If somebody was to ask me, well, I've thought about the idea of memberships, but I really don't know what I want to do, then my suggestion as the host of Tuber Chat and somebody who's been through this, I think is it 5 times or 6 or I forget how many times, because I ran other channels for other people up to about a year ago or a little bit longer, and I was able to have quite a bit of practice with this stuff. So my recommendation is, for anybody that doesn't know what they want to do, I would recommend setting up memberships at the $4.99 level. YouTube apparently might unlock a couple of things at $4.99 that might not be available under that amount. I could be wrong. That was something that started when they originally lowered the barrier. Used to have 30,000 subscribers for memberships, and then they dropped it to 1,000, and then they dropped it to 500. But it's a way, like I said, to let people support you in the way they want to support you. And again, it's in the spirit of everybody getting what they want out of YouTube. I want everybody to get as much as they possibly can out of YouTube. I love efficiency. I love the idea of maximizing. If we're going to be here anyway, if we're going to be doing all this work, we might as well make sure we get as much out of everything as possible. And that starts with giving as much as we possibly can as well, which means giving the opportunity for people to support you in the way that they want to. So I just wanted to mention that for a quick second. Face the Ace, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. John Together Strong is here as well. And then, actually this Sunday, we're going to raid into Jessie's premiere. So her birthday's on Monday, but we'll do that on Sunday, and we'll, have our chance to give her some happy birthday wishes and everything during her premiere. But that's something special that people can do for each other as well. Raid is a term that comes from Twitch, where it means whatever the premiere or live stream is that's going on. At the end of your premiere or live stream, you might still have some people watching, right? Or even a person watching. That's a head start for the next channel. So when somebody has a premiere or live stream after something you're doing, you can raid into theirs, or live redirect as we call it on YouTube, and give them a bit of a head start. And we do that kind of thing all the time. Lots of people do it for us as well. So that's something we have look forward to on Sunday. We're going to be very early that day. We'll be on at noon Eastern. We haven't done a stream that early in quite some time. But it's a great opportunity to get an extended chance to support Jessie. And I'm assuming Michael's Adventures might even move his premiere after her to get that raid as well. I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't asked him yet what he's doing about that. He moves this stuff around for everybody all the time, which is another generous thing that Michael's Adventures does. So Local Reviewer 82 earlier dropped a super chat, and I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Again, absolutely unnecessary, very much appreciated. Just Jason Keto also gifted a membership, and Chris and Larry Homestead dropped a super chat again. They've done that a million times before. We'll look at both of those channels in another moment, then we'll get around to spinning the wheel soon. When we look at Local Reviewer 82, they're right on the edge of 900 subscribers right now. Literally, if they can get one more subscriber right this second, they'll hit that 900. So I hope somebody will subscribe right now. Create and Relate, good to see you here. I'm going to get you on the wheel. When we look at Local Reviewer 82, this is a channel I'm still getting to know, but what I'm going to do right now is grab their latest video, Local Family Taking Over the Internet. I'm just going to grab their latest farm to screen video. That's Very clever. I'm going to put that in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to stay or get caught up with channels. We'll switch over to the live stream page and we'll see what they've got going on here. They're live streaming regularly, and it looks like more often than once a week, which is great to see. So they're doing quite a few things. They've actually... they got quite a few clever things going on. Shake it the local way here. So I'll be looking forward to catching... another live stream from you. Hopefully I've got the notification bell on. It's been a couple of months already. I'm getting stuck on this truck buying today. Oh my dear goodness. I happen to drive a truck, but I bought it like, what is it, 14, 13 years ago? 2013, so it's quite some time ago. I'll keep it forever. It's a beautiful, but anytime I see especially a truck with a bow on it like that, it's like, oh, what's somebody getting there? And there we go. Local Reviewer 82 has their 900 subscribers, so thank you for that. And then if anybody hasn't already connected with them, I hope you will. Whenever we hit one of these 100 milestones, it's easier said than done, but we kind of want to keep working at it. Try to get this creator up to 905. Maybe even 910, but let's just say, because it always feels good to hit a milestone and stay above it, right? Nobody likes to hit that milestone and then dip below, and YouTube plays games with our subscribers and things like that all the time. But Local Reviewer 82, thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And then we're going to look at Just Jason Keto right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Oh, I'm grateful for the truck that I have, but my truck owes me a fortune. I had engine problems and everything else. 2013 F-150, and right at 160,000 kilometers, right out of warranty, the timing chain went. There's $4,000, you know what I mean, or whatever. Which what a headache to try to put that together. And I think over the course of all this time, it's probably costed $12,000 in repairs. Call it $1,000 a year. You know what I mean? So, unfortunately, I don't have the love for it that I understand some people have for theirs. Although the intention was to keep it forever anyway. It's the whole reason I bought it in the first place. The family's getting bigger and older, and someday hopefully we'll have things to tow around with it and everything else. But we've got it there, and it's moved a lot of family and some friends and stuff like that. But yeah, all the trucks seem to be around the same size, right? The Dodge Rams, the Chevy Silverados, and the Ford F-150s. It's just they keep changing the shape and making the engines, the front of it, look like it's bigger. It's not bigger. They're all the same. They're bigger than they were 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, but they're all about the same. And then, yeah, I'm very upset about it, Chris and Larry Homestead. And unfortunately, I think I might be up against another repair shortly. There's an oil leak. It's very, very slow, but it might be between the engine and transmission. So I'm getting ready for a headache. Praying for the best, not too optimistic. But we'll see. And then... when we look at Just Jason Keto, we see another beloved and dedicated moderator here. And this creator also is a fellow Canadian, as a matter of fact. I've met up with him several times. He recently came to Niagara Falls to visit me and Kristen Welton. We had lunch together. We were talking YouTube and sharing tips and tricks, which we continue to share out with our friends. There's a live stream he did while he was on his way to visit us, as a matter of fact. He live streams every week, usually on Thursday. So he's off today just for a family event, but he'll be back likely next week, maybe even before. And this creator has a lot of guests that join him on his channel. You recognize Kendra, Anita, some of you know from his channel. Lots of homesteaders that he's gotten together with a couple of times. Sometimes he does cook-along live streams, and otherwise it's a chance to get to know Jason. He's actually in the middle of a series right now. He's still working on this. Am I wrong? Jason, I'm assuming that you're still working on that. And then he's always thinking about new ideas for the audience. Typically what he talks about is a proper human diet. So we talk about keto when it comes to healthy eating, healthy living, a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And Just Jason Keto has hundreds of recipes on his channel. They feature only a few ingredients. They're literally simple, easy to make. They don't take a lot of time. He's known for chaffles. He's done over 100 of these alone, but he's actually done a lot of product reviews as well. Things you might find in a health food store or grocery store. This is a barbecue sauce he just put out. He's done things like that before. And Just Jason Keto can help us get more value out of some of the recipes that we find. Or that we even get from him. He turns, interesting recipes into, from something that might be a large portion of something. He'll divide it up into snacks and show us how we can take things for kind of on the go as an idea, more convenient options than some of the things we might waste our money on in variety stores and gas stations and other places we end up. I'm guilty of it as much as everybody. I gave myself shy of a heart attack this week by looking at my finances and realizing how many accidental trips inside the gas station I make when it's not necessary for simple little things that are actually terrible and I shouldn't be buying at all. So just looking at it kind of helps, but Just Jason Keto can help us with healthy alternatives. He also brings a bit of variety on the channel. He brings more informative content. Some of the videos feature guests. He's got other traditional product reviews, either kitchen appliances or the barbecue that does very well for him regularly. He might take us out traveling occasionally as well. Shorts over here have given us a bit of a hint, and I mentioned this earlier, I think, when I said that healthy looking grilling shorts seem to do really well. And some of his newer shorts are the ones that are getting the bulk of the views right now. 6,700, 7,200. This barbecue is something he revisits because he found a video that he has success with that gains views every year when the spring summer rolls around. So he makes at least one more barbecue video every year to ride that wave, which is cool, and then they all help each other. And then I've seen this short at 23,000. I promise you that one's entertaining, so hopefully everybody will check that out. We looked at the live streams already. Just Jason Keto as well has got a second channel set up called It's Just Jason. Of course, he's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And he shares what he learns and experiences in his YouTube journey with us as well, and with his audience. When he does his live streams, we're talking keto or diet half the time, and I mean lifestyle as opposed to diet. Or we're talking YouTube a lot of the time as well. So as he continues to learn, he shares. Then he's got a second channel called It's Just Jason set out. That's the handle. It's Just Jason. The channel's called Just Jason. And this gives us a chance to follow him on some travels and see some of that Canadian winter weather again, where this winter we just literally got pummeled. He's just a couple hours away from me in a different direction from cruising on the high season travel or scratching PPA. Kyle Short's channel's here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And yeah, chaffles, I don't know why in all this time I still haven't tried making them. I really should, because even I need better ideas for the mornings. What I've been whining and complaining about lately is the fact that when I'm up before 5 every day, out the door by 6, but I'm hungry like all the time. And it turns out that what I usually eat may not be filling enough. Jason can help with that idea. He understands how those things work so that we're not caving into the cravings that follow us around. I snack all the time and I wish I would get over it. And then PK Adventure Travels. Yeah, so we're going to raid into your stream tonight, PK Adventure Travels. I'm assuming you'll be there on longer than an hour. And then Okie Grower 75, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. I wonder if that's a channel that might have had a name change. Forgive me if I'm mistaken. I I feel like I recognize it, but forgive me if I'm wrong if this might be your first time here. Sometimes people have similar channel names or even handles. Sal's Camper Life, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Ace Flaw 1 is here as well. Ace Flaw 1 and Jeremy D-Day in the chat have both been with me for about 6 years. They're friends as well. But imagine, since before Tuberchat was even a thought, let alone a channel. Yeah, I think a little bit of like, so porridge, or like, I'm assuming you mean oatmeal. I don't know if those two terms are quite as interchangeable as I think they are. But I wonder about that. Oh, I'm sorry, Okie Grower. Yeah, I don't know what I'm thinking then. Forgive me. The handles have, I use the excuse, the handles have been tripping me up ever since YouTube forced them on us. I whine and complain about that too. Chris and Larry Homestead is coming up. And thank you, Just Jason Keto. He gifted a membership again. He's done that kind of thing a million times before. He's been a beloved and dedicated moderator for what I think is 3 years, something like that. He's been with us longer than that. I could be mistaken. And Chris and Larry Homestead have been with us for many years as well. I think they've been with us for 4 years, or probably closer to almost 5 by now. They're one of the first channels to come in from the homesteading community. They recently had to reset and restart. But chrisandlarry.com we can catch them at, and they've got a new handle, Chris and Larry Homestead. But this is a large family that shares a lot of homesteading activities, and actually they do a lot of crafting, and they make some merchandise as well, which I came to know after knowing them for a little while. And then yeah, Okie Grower 75, forgive me for that. It's just the handle probably. Several Okies on YT. Yeah, we do have Okie's Eden is one that's with us just about daily now, or usually when we're on. And then Majestic Lion Eyes channel, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. So I am going to get to spinning the wheel probably in another moment here, and I will add names to the wheel from our chat list. I do that in every stream at least a couple of times, sometimes more than others, depending on how overly busy we are. And we've still got almost a couple of hours to go. We'll be on until 8 o'clock Eastern. And it's lots of opportunity to put lots of channels on the screen, but it's based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation in the chat. So literally, like this channel called Tuberchat, it's true. The name rings true because the conversation, the chat that people are having together is what drives the opportunity to be on the wheel and the screen, which is what we're doing. So you know what I mean. Yeah, thank you, Okie Grower. And then let's have a look at what Chris and Larry Homestead are doing right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then when we look at what Chris and Larry are doing, like I said, they've been with us for years. It's a heartbreaking story because they had to reset and restart their channel recently. But, this is going to come down to perseverance and tenacity. I mean, they've already put their best foot forward. You see the professional look they're given to everything right away. So I'm hoping that what will happen a year from now is I'll be talking about, could you come back stronger and more solidly the second time around? We've seen that kind of thing before, and my bet is that they will. But look at all the content they've put out in just a month, which is great to see. So one of the things that I can take the opportunity to mention to everybody here, we talk about the idea of backing up channels. We talk about security the tiniest bit. I really don't mention it enough. There's things we can do, but we, when it comes to passwords, and I just heard a story of a friend losing, who knows, probably thousands, maybe tens of $1,000s in crypto because they changed phone services and got a new phone number, and that's it. You're done. You can't, there's no way to get it back now. When we think about YouTube channels, they get hacked, and, there's other things that can happen. So it's just an opportunity to remind everybody to back up your content if you can. I know a lot of people are making things on a phone, but we have things like Google Drive and OneDrive, and Dropbox is something that I use, and iCloud and things like that, and hard drives, right? I know that hard drives are expensive. As a matter of fact, today they're twice as expensive as they were, and I fear that they might even become more expensive over time. But almost everybody here likely has an old device or a computer, an old phone, an old tablet, something that's not being utilized right now. They all have some space on them. When you go to YouTube, you can download in the YouTube Studio all of your videos one at a time. I'd start with the ones you like best or most important or best performing ones, and just keep them somewhere, so that if the day comes that you have to restart, it can be as easy on you as possible. We've heard stories of different types all the time. So Chris and Larry are working on rebuilding, but they have a homestead channel and a family about faith and fun. A homestead about faith, family, and fun, with a side of Christian and farmhouse business. And they're actually doing things all the time. You'll find that when you start going through the videos, even just the thumbnails kind of give us a bit of a hint as well. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into a catch-up list. That's my playlist I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then free storage unit is something else. Yeah, storages are like no joke. I don't want to necessarily recommend anything like that to anybody because I don't have as much of experience as some people do, but I do have the smallest bit of experience with that kind of thing in eBay and stuff like that. When we look at shorts on this channel, we've gotten into almost 400 views on many of them, over 500, almost 600 views, and one on the way towards 700 views, which is great to see, and those will continue to grow as they post more and more. They've got a stream coming up. I'm going to try to make sure that I don't miss that. That's actually going to be right before us on Sunday. So I don't know how long you're going to be on, but I should be able to catch that. I'm just making a note right now for myself. So that actually I'm going to get Siri on the case too. So pardon me just for a second. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I got that. I put Siri on the case for that. And then that, like I said, will be right before us, and we will be right before Jessie Journals and Unboxes, and she drops her premiere every Sunday. So hopefully everybody will connect. Chris and Larry, they're working on 200 subscribers right now. We would love to push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then, yeah, no, it wasn't wings or pizza tonight. Actually, Kristen, she typed in the chat what she made earlier. I can't remember who she was mentioning. I think she was mentioning it to Jody. She made breaded chicken and pierogies and corn. Yeah, I don't know why I can't think. She makes dinner every day. Even we've talked about it, and I was joking about it today actually. But when on days where we do tuber chat, I kind of say like, you never have to make dinner, but you certainly don't have to do it on the days where we're doing tuber chat. And I've mentioned it before, but she always kind of makes sure I have something to eat, just in case I'm not going to bother, right? Because then I'll be starving after, and then I'll eat everything in the house right before bed, and it's not a good idea. and I snore like you wouldn't believe. So we're working on getting that fixed, but that's going to take months. But I can literally wake up the neighborhood. But Kristen, I didn't mean for her to do, have to make food every day, but she does. She insists she enjoys it, which is great to know, but she literally does not more than 99% of the cooking in the house. Chris and Larry Homestead, thank you so much again for another super chat. They've done that a million times over the years. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. And then now we're going to look at the creator who's going to do a premiere right around or after our live stream on Sunday, right after Chris and Larry. Jessie Journals and Unboxes. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Look at this, Jesse. You want to tear up for a second? I have a feeling you might if you catch these search results. I don't know if they've changed, because YouTube's changed a couple of things I saw in the background today before we started. But when I search for Jesse Journals and Unboxes, look at all the shout outs from other creators. It takes 4 search results before we even get to her channel. And that's a collaboration, as a matter of fact, which is great to see. That kind of thing tells me that this creator's having incredible impact and influence on others. Which is wonderful to see. That's what we wish for everybody. Thank you, Scratch and PPA. Yes, Jesse's Journals and Unboxes has a birthday coming up on Monday. So I'm looking forward to Sunday so that we can give her some YouTube birthday love. And then on Monday, her birthday will come up. This creator is a beloved and dedicated moderator with us, but she's actually been here probably 5.5 years or something like that. More than once, she has been recommended to me in the background. I'm not looking for any more moderators, but she was recommended, unsolicited, as a moderator, literally having been reached out to and said, the next time you think about a moderator, consider Jessie, because she's so supportive, which is wonderful, and I think it speaks volumes. I can tell you myself personally that this creator support for all of us in the Tuber Chat family has increased over the years. That's a really tough thing to do, because we all know that it becomes harder and harder to support everybody as much as we all might like when we are following more and more channels along the way. You can imagine Tuber Chat now has over 6,600 subscribers, which means they're all channel owners, and I subscribe to all of them, or pretty close to it, and more on my other channel and things like that. Create and Relate, thank you for the super chat, by the way. They are thanking everybody for helping with watch hours, which is great to see. And then Create and Relate we're going to put up next because of that super chat, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. Lucy Grace, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. I'm sorry I missed your stream. I'm not sure if that was today. I think it was today, but I barely got in from work in time to rush through a small playlist of videos and then start Tuber Chat. And then Create and Relate, thank you. Absolutely unnecessary. They're sniping the stream boss position. I wondered what they were doing. They're dropping a couple super chats. Yes, they took over the stream boss, which is that video game life meter under my camera there. Every super chat membership and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of that stream boss, and then the last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel, and Create and Relate has held that position many times. So thank you again for that. Jesse Journals and Unboxes on the screen right now. Drops premieres every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern. So we're looking forward to that this week. We're going to raid in there right after a very early edition of Tuber Chat for what I believe is episode 926, if you could believe that. And then that will be our chance to really wish her a happy birthday. But I hope everybody will give her a week worth of happy birthday messages between now and then. When we look at what she's doing on her channel, she's beyond 2,700 subscribers. So that has to be exciting, although it's no surprise to me. My guess is that she's actually growing more rapidly lately because her consistency is fantastic. She's on every week, at least once a week. Sometimes she drops more than one video. But this creator's collaborating with a lot of people as well. You can see this collaboration feature right here. This video says Jesse Journals and Unboxes and Around the World in 80 Cards. When you see that kind of thing, we've started doing it on the Tuber Chat channel as well. You can see these collaborations, and it gives you a cool opportunity for something here. So check this out. When you click on a channel, this might be confusing, but I think this is a great psychological trick that YouTube is playing on everybody, because I know that I'm subscribed to Jesse Journals and Unboxes, right? There's no question. I've been subscribed to her for years. But you might wonder to yourself, hey, wait a second, I thought I was subscribed to this channel. You might go to subscribe to it, but look at what happens. This window pops up Now you have the opportunity to subscribe to anybody in the collaboration, and I believe 5 channels can go together, if I'm not mistaken, which is really, really cool. So just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to Around the World in 80 Cards right now. But that helps out Jesse Journals and Unboxes to know they've literally got them an extra subscriber. They run a really good service too, and we've seen a couple videos as a minimum on Jesse's channel. She unboxes all kinds of different stuff. It could be bath and beauty products, could be snacks, could be stationery, could be gifts from around the world. Happy Mail, like I said, she's collaborating with people all the time. And this creator has gotten into a lot of monthly subscription services. And I love these things because it's probably just the mystery of it. I've had a few myself, but I will literally watch almost any unboxing of one of these monthly subscription services because I'm so fascinated by them. It could be anything. It could be socks. It could be yarn. It could be postcards, it could be books, it could be vinyl records, it could be just about anything. I don't know what is so captivating about it that I literally am hooked, but I do find them fascinating. So she's doing all kinds of different stuff, lately focusing more on crafting supplies, hence the name of the channel, Jesse Journals and Unboxes, because she does a lot of collages, a lot of journaling. And when she goes through a lot of the crafting supplies, especially in the unboxing videos, she'll talk about the things she's made or intends to make, right? And then some of these subscription services, not every video is a subscription service. She does hauls as well. But some of the subscription services feature things that are literally worldly, right? So this one here, one of the latest videos talked about Canada, which I'm happy to see. I'm familiar with everything Canadian, of course. Not everything, but you know what I mean. And then this is one that's really, really cool. We've seen a couple of times with postcards literally from different parts of the world. So that can be fascinating, or at least it is to me. I'm sure you'll find the same thing when you get over there. When you look at shorts on the channel, you see that this creator features a lot of the things that she's found in the unboxing videos, and she features these in the shorts here. You see jewelry there, bath and beauty products, washi tape, and other crafting supplies, stationery, and snacks. They're around here somewhere, which is really, really cool. And then live streams. She live streams occasionally. She's done these many times before, and we'll just keep the notification bell on and then be ready if she's going to do any more of those in the future. Canadian Family Life is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator. I know I missed a few channels coming in. And then, It's Me Alec has changed up one of his avatars. He's got like 100 channels, so we'll have to try to keep track of that. Living Large with L Crew does vlogging in the truest sense of the word. What was I so jealous about? What were you? I can't remember for the life of me without looking at it. Living Large with L Crew. I think I just watched another one of her videos a few days ago. I can't remember for the life. She was dancing again. The Cam Fam Texas is here as well. Good to see you in the house. I know I missed a couple channels coming in. I don't mean to miss anybody. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we'll be able to say hello to everyone. And then I think it's time to, it's not. It's time to look at Create and Relate. I was going to say spin the wheel. We're going to spin the wheel in a second. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. And I'm exaggerating when I say that It's Me Alec has 100 channels, but he does have a dozen for sure, maybe more. I can't remember for the life of me what she was doing. Relax with Melissa. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. She's working, but she's a member, so I'm going to put her channel on the wheel right now. When we go on our next break in another like 5 minutes or less, I will clean up the wheel and we'll add a couple of names from our chat list, and that'll get us moving a little bit faster. Look at this. Create and Relate has a premiere coming up tomorrow, so we'll be looking forward to that. More resin resin I'm finding very fascinating. I'm curious about the things that can be done with this. I see a lot of like AI fake shorts and stuff that are showing things with resin. They're fun to watch because it's all nonsense, but it's like people renovating entire houses with resin with their floors and stuff. But I know it's AI, but when we look at what people are able to create with this, I wonder sometimes whether these some of the resin that is out there can be used in practical ways as well. If that makes any sense. I'm sure it doesn't the way I'm putting it, but I'm thinking while I'm talking out loud, I guess, here, or thinking out loud. But Create and Relate brings a lot of other creativity on the channel as well. They describe that on their About section. They've got lots of different kinds of crafting and lots of product reviews as well. So they describe this here. Everybody can look for that. When you dig through the channel, you're also going to notice that some of the unboxing videos or product reviews are for things that can relate to our YouTube journey. It could be a Cricut machine where we might make our own merchandise. She could be talking about a hard drive, like I mentioned earlier, where we can back up our YouTube channel. She could be talking about art or crafting supplies, or she could be talking about lighting or cameras or speakers or lots of different types of gadgets she's got here as well. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 1,500, 1,600 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. She's done plenty in the past. Last one was for Halloween. We keep our notification bell on so that we can catch everybody as often as possible. And we'll be looking forward to that premiere from Create and Relate tomorrow. Let me just make sure I've got the notification on. I'm going to take the latest video too. I'll put that in my catch-up list. That's that playlist. I give it a fun name. It's just a fun name for that list that I used to keep or get caught up with creators, but we call it the catch-up list. And then the feral grandma was looking for something but wasn't able to get it. Oh, and then thank you, Living Large with Al Crew. Yes, I know sometimes people come to Tuber Chat. I wouldn't blame anybody for sure, but I come into Tuber Chat and they're listening or watching, you know, and like they're noting channels to connect with, but they don't say hello in the chat because it's impossible to sit there on a phone. Even I do the same thing. If I have to catch like Scratch and Pete PA's premiere on Tuesday, but I have to be driving because it's always during my work time. I took a new job last year, and on Tuesday at that time, I'm either working and can't be on the phone at all, or I'm driving. It's one or the other. It's almost never that I'm able to get out. Very occasionally I could be in the chat and talking to everybody, but I'll say like, hey, everybody driving, and that's it, and just hope that everybody understands. But fully, we do understand. And then Create and Relate is on the phone as well. So I know a lot of creators are on the phone. Something I don't think about as much as I probably should personally, because I'm on a computer all the time. And I know that most YouTube channel owners prefer to do as much as they can, on a computer, because there's more available to us, right? The features in YouTube Studio are different on a computer. We're going to look at Dawn's channel right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Why isn't Dawn's channel coming up? Here we go to search results again. YouTube changed some features today. I still got to go through everything to figure out what on earth they've actually changed or what they've just renamed. But you'll see it in the YouTube Studio as well. And then Silver Assassin Metal Detecting does everything on the phone. They edit and film right on the phone, which is great to know. And then I just hope... just because you're mentioning it, then it gives me an opportunity to say I'm hoping that everybody's backing up their videos in some way, shape, or form, because when you send it to YouTube, right, you can download it from YouTube. I don't know how easy that is to do on a phone just because I haven't tried. I should try and then show everybody. But where possible, if you do manage to get to a computer, it becomes extremely easy to back up your whole channel. But the idea is backing up the videos, just because, God forbid, the worst happens. Sometimes people quit. It's not common lately. I haven't heard a lot of that lately. I'm sure it's happening all the time. But 90% or 95% of the people who do YouTube to any level of success or significance that quit come back 2 weeks later wishing that they hadn't deleted everything. And then there's always things like hacking and, horrible situations that can happen that cause us to need the backups. And then it's really easy. It's how you do your end of the year best of videos, says Silver Assassin Metal Detecting. Yeah, I bet you that there is probably in me some of that old school, like I've always done it this way, so I continue to do it this way. When it comes to editing and stuff like that, I consider myself to be lightning fast. But that's when I'm using the program I always use. I use Final Cut Pro. I'm thinking about using DaVinci a little bit, maybe making the switch one day. But, if I'm using something that I've been using for so many years, then I'm fast. And then I'm like, okay, it's faster for me to use this than to learn to do something on the phone or somewhere else, even though I know that that's not right. I know it's not correct. You know what I mean? Steven Wires here. I've got them on the wheel. But I get very set in my ways, and I am stubborn. So I'm a Capricorn, right? My birthday's in December. The first day, actually, December 22. But if you ever read like a t-shirt or a mug, and not one that somebody's made on Etsy, but let's say you're walking through a store or an antique shop or something like that, you see one of those Zodiac, t-shirts or mugs or something with Capricorn, whatever it says, that's probably me. Because I haven't seen one that's not correct, right? And they all have the word stubborn somewhere in them, it seems. And I get really, really, really set in my ways. Not that I don't want to listen, not that I don't want to change, but my gosh, trying to get me to do anything different is something else. I like to be on top of new things, but I don't like change as much as anybody else, Don's channel is up here right now. This creator is one of the creators that I was talking about earlier when I talk about the idea of live auction style sales. And she does this. She actually collaborates with the Gross Bargain Emporium Steph. For everybody here is probably familiar with that channel, or most of us. Don's channel brings variety into the shorts videos here, which is interesting to see. She's got announcements. Okay, because it says please listen to them, I'm going to listen to her announcements. Otherwise, I wanted to see her cooking video. I think I'm going to use both of them, actually. Just want to see what she's done here. Because it's different content for me to see from this creator. She's passed 1,000 subscribers, which is great to see. 1,500, 1,800 views on some of the shorts. She brings a lot of variety into these. And this is where the magic happens on this channel. So Don's channel does these live auction style sales. And what these creators do is put items up on the screen. Everybody can bid, and then they work out shipping and stuff like that. But it can be very exciting, and new platforms are being born out of that idea. Like Whatnot is one. I can't remember the other popular one. There's another one. I don't know how popular it is if it's on my Seeker phone. I have one of those Solana Seeker phones for anybody that's heard of that. It's just an Android phone, but they've got their own stuff. Keeping up with the Stardashians I mentioned earlier, because they're doing some gig work. I'm still getting to know their channel, but I was mentioning Driving Daily and OG Sean White earlier, and talking about gig work, talking about the idea of double dipping. If you can get paid to do two things at the same time, that's a bit of leverage, right? You could be door dashing or doing Uber or doing any kind of gig work and live streaming at the same time. The source is in the house. Doran's here. They're here with us regularly. I've got them on the wheel. Members and moderators are always added as soon as we see them in the chat. So I'm going to try to move a little bit faster when we get back from the next break, but we'll go for a few minutes. And right before we do that, I'm going to play another clip from another episode of the interview videos that are on the Superchat channel now. There's 5 of them. And then there is 900th episode of Tuber Chat that's got kind of a follow-up between myself and Two Pineapples. But I hope everybody will watch these because they're extremely informative. And for all of the interview videos, I asked the creators for their opinion without adding a lot of my own. So I'll show you right now one of the many things that Edna's World had to say about how she got long beyond 10,000 subscribers on her YouTube channel. So I noticed that you also mentioned subscribers for a quick second there when you're talking about especially the effects you put on the screen or the end of your video. Don't forget to subscribe, things like this. What else can you tell us, especially for anybody just starting their YouTube journey, about how to get more subscribers for their channel?
Still back to just asking. Like, you would be surprised how many people don't say subscribe to my channel.
No.
Just a simple hit that subscribe button, you know, I would appreciate it. I don't do a whole lot of promoting, but promoting your channel works very well. I think honestly, if people can feel like they have a connection to you, if you're talking, if you're giving great information, if they sort of feel that vibe, they're going to naturally be like, oh, I like this person. But sometimes people will watch and just never subscribe. And sometimes it's just because they just don't think about it. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't subscribed to you. So that one little ask is sometimes all the people need to just, subscribe to the channel. I think also realizing that not everybody is going to subscribe. Like, yes. Realizing that they might watch your video, but for whatever reason, they just don't want to subscribe to it. Or they just come there for that one reason, that to see that video, and now they're going to go. I think having people promote you is a good thing. And that's also something I think should naturally happen.
Okay.
I know a lot of us, when we start out, we think we have the best ideas, the best personality, and we're going to blow up overnight. And it just doesn't happen like that in the real world. You know, it's going to take time, and you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with, you might never hit 10,000 subscribers, and that's okay. Be there for the 400 that are coming back, you know?
Yes.
Be there for the ones that are coming back and show them that you appreciate them being there, because eventually those are the ones that will mention your name to somebody else.
Yes.
Or, those, if they don't, but they're still coming back. So we have to be okay. I think that's what a lot of new vloggers need to learn. You have to be okay that you might not blow up. You might not be as fabulous as you think you are. Somebody is still going to be like, no, I don't like her. And that's okay. That's okay.
And Stephen Wire, we're going to go on our break in a second, but I did just want to mention, I promise you, I've been at this for almost 9 years, and I learn every single day. One of the things I like to do, and not everybody, has to do this kind of thing. You can decide for yourself whether it's a good idea, but I like to go back to the fundamentals of a lot of the things that I've learned. Almost every one of my favorite self-help or business books or marketing books and things like that, I've read more than I thought I did, but between these, I tend to go back to some of the biggest ones. I've probably read all of the top 10, if not the top 20, at least twice, because I like to go back and remind myself. And that goes like even for watching videos when Think Media or Nick Nimmin or Sunny Lenarduzzi or Roberto Blake or anybody else drops a video talking about how to get your first 100 subscribers. I watch those videos because I don't want to forget what we've done, not to mention the things I forget to say all the time. I forgot to spin the wheel, I think, before we went on that break, but Keeping Up with the Stardashians dropped a super chat. So we're going to, I missed Word Up this week. Keeping Up with the Stardashians does karaoke too, and they've sung that song more than once for me. Keeping Up with the Stardashians dropped a super chat, so we'll look at their channel when we get back in 3.5 minutes. But the source also mentioned, talk to us when you get to episode 1000. And let's see when that's going to be. So I went to ChatGPT and I said, if we're on episode 925 of our live stream series today, and we plan them every 3 days, what will be the expected date of episode 1000? I have mine on like thinking mode, so ChatGPT is going to take a second here to come back with an answer. Originally, I thought it was going to be on October, Halloween. So it looks like we're going to miss it by a little bit. So it looks like somewhere around November the 6th, somewhere around Remembrance Day or Veterans Day is when we might be looking at it. That's if we don't move any. I'm sure we'll move a couple, but we'll try to keep it to a minimum. So we'll see. Should be this year. Should be before the end of the year. We're going to get to episode 1000. So that'll be an exciting milestone. And thank you, everybody, for helping us get this far. Let's go for 3.5 minutes and come right back. And then, because I can't help myself, this is what I daydream about when we go on those breaks, right? What if we did? What if we got to 10,000? I'm just curious how old I would be if we had to spend 65 years doing this, because it will have been 6.5 years to get to 1,000 episodes. So somewhere in the year 2100, a little bit closer to Halloween, we might make it. Okay, forget it. I was going to say I would be like 110 years old, but it looks like it might be a little bit longer than that, so we'll see. One of the things you might notice, though, that's interesting, and I just say this because I hope it's motivating or inspiring. When I started the Tuber Chat channel 6 years ago, or a little bit, it was before that I started the account, and then we started streaming in the end of April. So our anniversary is coming up, right? 6 years. But you'll notice that the very first episodes were numbered 001, 002, and they're all still there today. They've been that way the whole way. So you know that I intended from the beginning to get to 1,000 episodes, not knowing how long it was going to be. I had no idea it'd be like every 3 days or whatever we were going to do, because who knows how life's going to turn out years later, right? So these are just ideas, but I'd like to think starting with the end in mind. I have no intention of stopping right now at episode 1000, no intention of stopping at all. But I don't know if we're going to go on forever. You know what I mean? I imagine there will be changes, but I have no idea. I don't really expect to turn from what we're doing right now or pivot at all. The idea is to help people in the beginnings of their YouTube journey. There are always going to be new people starting YouTube, and they're going to need all the things we wish we had, right? So that's what this community is for. So Keeping Up with the Stardashians is here, and this is a channel that's been with us for almost every stream since finding us just a couple of months ago. And Keeping Up with the Stardashians does a couple of different things. I still have to learn a little bit more about these creators and what's happening on the channel, but what I've seen so far are some live streams featuring karaoke, where they literally, most of you know my greeting is word up. I say that all the time in people's premieres and live streams, and they have several times sung that song for me when I've come into the chat. I missed it the other day, they said. They also do some other gig work as well. I think they were saying DoorDash, if I'm not mistaken. Pardon me. And hopefully everybody will connect with Keeping Up with the Stardashians so that we can all learn more about what they're doing. I'm going to take one of their older videos. It looks like they want to give us some help with our YouTube channel, so I'm just going to see what they have to say about thumbnails here. I'm going to put this video into that catch-up list that I keep talking about. Mark the Shark, much love and aloha. There it is right there. Mark the Shark, one of two beautiful embroidered baseball caps that he's given me. It's funny because I probably said for a long time I haven't done, I don't wear a lot of hats. Like, I don't wear them regularly, but as my hairline continues to thin, I mean, I'm grateful for what I've got, but it's just, it's inevitable, right? For work, I have to wear a hat every day. Every day I wear a baseball cap with a logo on it and everything else. So it's becoming a lot more regular. Actually, I accidentally wear my hat into the house or into the apartment far more often than I expect. And then the source. Yes, I wonder if you're a fan of The Office, if you saw that episode with the 100 grand. And then Sarah Prestwood just had a birthday. 43rd birthday, so happy birthday to Sarah Prestwood as well. She's been another creator who's been with us for just about every live stream since finding us. But Keeping Up with the Stardashians, thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary. Very much appreciated always. I promised I was going to add some names to the wheel from our chat list. I have not done that yet. I'm going to do it right this second. So, I think what we're going to do is get Jen Palazzo onto the wheel right now. And I'll get one more name. I think Simply Debbie Sue is still here. I could be wrong. Let me know if you're still here, Simply Debbie Sue or Ashley Anthony. I think she's not here. We'll put Kyle Vlog Channel on the wheel for now, and then we'll take it one at a time as we continue along. We still got an hour to go. PK Adventure Travels is probably going live right this second, and then we will go and raid in there about an hour from now. Michael's Adventures as well will be dropping a premiere. He does that every single day at 3 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Eastern, so that'll be another half hour. He allows everybody and encourages everybody to connect the same way we do here.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
Stephen Wire's up here right now. This is a creator I'm still getting to know as far as the creator behind the channel goes. I'm just having a look at what they're doing here with videos. They've got quite a short one here. When we're connecting with creators, we want to connect with videos that are 3 minutes or longer, but Stephen Wire has plenty. There's shorts on the channel as well. These feature all outdoor footage. These have gotten into 1,300, 1,600, 1,700 views. This is really cool. You know, I don't know why this is. I know people love nature. You know, I love the idea of nature and everything else. But when I think about vacation or holiday and things like that, I'm rarely drawn to a forest or a beach or things like that. I'm always drawn to cities. Like when I was very young, I used to have this like aspiration to, I wish I could visit every one of the major cities, like the biggest cities in every state of the United States, and do like a zigzag, road trip all the way through everything. And I don't know why that is, who knows when we're so young why we're drawn to different things. I mean, I'm sure I like a beach as much as anybody else. I've been lucky to see a few. Canada has some beaches as well, but I'm talking vacation and stuff like that. And then I've done my share of camping, and I was a Boy Scout and this and that, so I've seen my share of forestry and everything else. But it's interesting how we all have so many different things that bring us joy, let's just say. Luckily, at least we can share it on YouTube. Stephen Wire as well is going to bring us some animal cam. I see some like trail cam footage from the video I just put into my catch-up list, but also a lot of traffic watch. Now they're live streaming just about every single day, and I think I'm not sure if there's a schedule to it. So Stephen Wire, just please let me know. One of the things you're going to notice here, Stephen Wire is doing a trick, right? And we've talked about this many times, but when you cut your live streams under 12 hours, you're able to retain all of the watch hours for those live streams. If it goes over 12 hours, it may not count the way we wish that it would. So this is just an idea. But Stephen Wire's live pretty much all the time from places you visited, which is great to see. The idea of nature. The idea of nature or the IKEA of nature? Doran. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up here.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
Silver Assassin metal detecting. That's the deciding factor for sure. So I got this idea, and it's not a good idea, right? I have a million ideas just like everybody else. I can't tell the good ones from the bad ones. Sometimes when I come up with an idea, I start talking about it, and by the end of the sentence, I'm already saying that was a terrible idea. Forget that. That'll never work. But most of my ideas work most of the time. So usually that results in a win of some sort. But one of the ideas that I had was you'd have to be able to tolerate it, right? Not everybody likes camping, but some people do. And I'm not really talking about camping, but the idea would be to get a travel trailer of any size at all. The reason why is because then one could go on a road trip if you're able to go for any extended period of time, but you would cut down on the hotel costs, right? So if you were to spend a month traveling around or several weeks traveling around, I mean, at some point you might decide, no, we have to have hotels. We need, like the different feeling of a hotel or this and that while you're on a road trip. But if you could, every other day or 2 out of 3 days, be comfortable staying in a travel trailer or an RV camper or something like that, you could really extend the dollars. You know what I mean? Because, of course, everything costs money, but when you have something as opposed to renting the hotel room, let's just say, it can cut down the costs. I imagine. I'm not even saying it's a good idea, but the source can live in a large van, they say. Yes. Actually, it's interesting to me to see all of the van life that comes through on YouTube. We've got a few van life channels that have come through the Superchat community, but there's a vibrant community out there, and a lot of backpackers, a lot of people who are basically nomads or digital nomads, let's just say. One of our biggest supporters in the early years is a channel called Hope Bus, HOPE, right? Hope Bus. And Kristen and I, luckily, we only lived a half an hour away from them, so we were able to visit them a couple times. On my personal channel, I have a tour of their bus. They turned a bus into a permanent RV, and they literally took off hours away, and they're out living the dream now, homesteading, and they've got I forget what they said they have the last time we spoke for animals. I think they had chickens. For some reason I thought they said ghosts, but I could be wrong about that. We got lots of homesteading friends, but these are the things that are possible, you know what I mean, to live off grid. We've got friends doing that as well, so it's fascinating to me. Relax with Mel is up on the screen right now, and it looks like their channel and banner are ready for Easter, which is great to see. Lots of creators mix these up. This is something I haven't done very much at all, is mix things up. I mean, I've played around with AI. You can see the Superchat banner's awful, and it's something when AI was still not quite capable of some of the things it is today. But this is great to see from some creators, dressing up their channels for special occasions or holidays and things like that. Relax with Mel is a longtime generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here. They're doing some more diamond painting, I see. And there's lots of creators who do either diamond painting on their channels or literally have diamond painting channels. And then when we look at Relax with Mel, we're working on 2,200 subscribers. This creator brings us a few different things. I see a Temu haul here, some more unboxings, more diamond painting. But the idea of relaxing is bringing pleasing audio and visuals, especially, I believe, to live streams. We'll look at those in a second. Some of the shorts over here are starting to get close to 1,000 views now, one over 1,400, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel. So this creator, oh, actually, they're doing different things here. Why did I think you were doing those unattended live streams? Forgive me, I must be mistaken about what I was thinking here. So it's been a few months. They did, up to a couple months ago, they've done some live streams. They've done a couple recently as well. And TikTok Uber Eats delivery guy, which is kind of cool. Streamers streaming streamers is basically what we call that. When I have done some outdoor live streaming, we love it when the trolls come out and start harassing just because we're saying hello to each other, and we call it streamers streaming streamers. But Relax with Mel, that's fun to see. So forgive me, I'm butchering my description of their channel, but luckily they've got lots of information on their about section. Diamond painting, diamond art kits, Temu hauls, craft unboxings, and honest product reviews. And then they let us know they're expecting to help motivate us to relax, create, and discover what's truly worth it, which is great to know. And then, they did the unattended live streams to build up the watch hours. I see. They might have got rid of them. I'm not sure if that's what that means, if you cut those off. Kristen Welton is coming up right now.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
Yeah, relax with Melissa. I was trying desperately to figure out a name for, because we used to call them silent live streams. If I remember correctly, 6 years ago, people were already doing that for the watch hours, but they would literally just put a black screen on, or whatever that thing was with the bubbles that comes up, and that's literally all that it was, and they just call them silent live streams. And YouTube started getting after a lot of channels for that, and then so people started putting more content. They still called them silent live streams, but they were doing things with music and things like that. And then I kind of came up with the idea of calling them unattended live streams. Not much different actually than what I've done on our copyright-free music channel, where there's influxes of people usually at the beginning and then they trail off, and used to do those 24 hours a day. I'm thinking about firing up one of those again, but things have changed so much that I'm thinking about doing it without the video game on it. So I know lots of people here have seen it. If you haven't seen our copyright-free music channel, it's on our front page. And then Chef Zevi says she knows a couple of channels that were demonetized for the unattended live streams. So I'm not surprised. I have heard of that as well. This is why you don't hear me recommend it, but it's not that I want to say. The thing is, I don't want anybody to think that I think, or I don't want it to sound like I think I know everything, you know, and I don't want to tell everybody what they should or shouldn't do. I've been corrected many times, which means I've been mistaken about things that I've said many times before, you know, and that's not what I'm here for. I'm only here to talk while we're chatting for 3 hours. That's the whole point, is just for me to do something on the screen while everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. And then, forgive me, because Tim Mitchell and Chef CV, I might not have said hello out loud when you came in, but I did put you on the wheel right away. I was hoping I was going to catch Tim Mitchell's live stream on Tuesday, and I forget what I said. I missed it by an hour, or I missed it by a few minutes or something like that. I just didn't have a early day on Tuesday, unfortunately. Tomorrow's my early day. Kristen Welton. So this is my love. We're together in Niagara Falls, Canada. And this creator has a channel of her own. She's doing her own thing. Of course, she's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. But I can tell you this. After 3 hours of Tuber Chat, it doesn't stop, eh? Because the first thing I do is just go in the other room and start telling her, like, for anything that she missed in Tuber Chat. Oh, this is what happened. You know, talking about everything. And I love talking YouTube. It doesn't stop for me. After almost 9 years of this, I'm still as excited as I was when we were beginning. And then High Plains Camper still in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I know Timmy Does Everything came in. And then Kristen Welton has got a new series of videos. Actually, she's got plenty of work. Now, she has been doing a great job of setting herself up for success this year, including dropping things like this was yesterday, where she's introducing a new series of videos that are going to start very soon. She's already got the first couple ready to go in that series, but she's going to be doing several different things on the channel. Now, usually you don't like to say, well, I'm going to be doing this and I'm going to be doing that, because you really don't know. We don't know the future unless you've got the stuff ready to go, but she actually has. And she's always been known for get ready with me type videos and beauty and makeup and skincare. She's really passionate about that stuff, and you can see that she's putting a professional look into all of her thumbnails as well, experimenting with different styles. You'll recognize a couple of the Canva templates, but she gets into themes and collaborations. We've done a couple of things on YouTube together, And this video, I better hurry up and put into my catch-up list. I watched that this morning on my personal channel. But she's got a couple of premieres ready to go. I've got notifications on for those. And you notice how, like I've mentioned many times, the idea that I like to put videos out as far in advance as possible. I'm not saying anybody needs to overdo it, but I have been known, Kristen has been known to put videos out months in advance with premieres ready to go. And I would do the same thing today. Hopefully I'll get some new videos out someday soon. And when I do, they will all go in advance so that they can hit the algorithm and sit there and percolate, and people can have them recommended in their feeds, and it can build up a little bit of anticipation, because it doesn't matter how big we think our channels are growing, or if quickly we think they're growing, we still need every view. Kristen and I think I said that out loud today. We were talking about it, and I said we need every single view we can get. Every thumbs up, every comment, we still need it. When you get to Mr. Beast level, you know, you're not going to have the time to sit there and worry about replying to every comment. He's got people for that anyway. But in the meantime, we got to do as much as we can for every bit of engagement possible. Shorts on this channel feature a few cameo appearances from Spiky Bruiser and Trouble Von Cuddlepuss. She shows us some of the winter weather that we just get pummeled with. This one's from a couple years ago, but we had the same this year again. And then more variety in her shorts videos. She's done really well with some of these. Look at the view counts here, getting into 19,000, 22,000, 28,000. And then live streams on the channel. So we've done at least one of these together. She's done other collaborations with other people. She's been both indoors as well as outdoors. And hopefully everybody will connect with Kristen Welton, and you'll be just in time to catch the new handful of series of videos that she's got coming out. Then we'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel. And there you go. Yes, Handicapped Traveler. I can't tell you how many I get... how many videos I notice that I get caught, because I switch accounts. I'm usually on my personal account while I'm driving, not always, but usually. And then I'm on my personal account usually in one window on the computer every night, and then I got 4 windows of Superchat going for different things. But you see so many times I mix these things up, and this is an example of what I'm talking about. Like when I switch accounts here, you see like there's a handful. Most of these are not actually real channels. They're just experiments or things I set up for, I don't know, maybe I intended to do something with them and didn't yet. And some of them are channels. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody. And yeah, Timmy does everything. I'm thinking about that copyright-free music channel. We'll see. Because I got to keep it, otherwise I'm going to lose monetization. I'm probably looking at losing monetization on my personal channel if I don't hurry up and do something there as well. And then Demoose Barbecue and Outdoor Adventures was here and might still be here. I did have them on the wheel. I'm not sure if I said hello. I don't think so. They've just got one video to get the channel started, but I would recommend for anybody to connect. Now, this creator's in all kinds of premieres and live streams. I run into them every week, probably more than once. And they're working on 200 subscribers right now, but they're definitely a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. So we want to be ready for them if they're going to post more content. And usually we look for videos that are 3 minutes or longer, but if they've got a short, then that's what we connect with. Should be fine. You see that I'm connected, which means that it's worked just fine. Jen Palazzo from Palazzo Place is coming up.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
And then, pardon me, we're going to take a break again in another second. Canadian Family Life is still here. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody that's still in the chat. And Palazzo Place, Jen Palazzo from South Florida, is bringing us a furry friend that we can enjoy both indoors and outdoors, and some wild weather that they seem to have with extreme snappy changes. I've mentioned that many times. Lots of shorts on the channel, so I think she's posting more and more shorts, which is great to see. And these have now gotten into 2,300, 2,700, one at 4,200. My goodness. And then a bit of information on our About section as well. And Palazzo Place is another enthusiastic creator, probably responsible for us gaining many more than dozens of thumbs up, possibly even hundreds by now, from her energetic reminders. And hopefully everybody will connect with Palazzo Place. Jen Palazzo in the chat. Dan, I saw what you said in the chat earlier. Hopefully you got what you needed to get that blood sugar happening, where many of us are thinking about those kinds of things these days. And then it looks like that was a close one, but Rushing Wind Mountain is coming up.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
And then Rushing Wind Mountain is up on the screen right now. This is another dear friend. She's been with us for close to 5 years. The creator's name is Ruby. You hear them mentioned or see them mentioned by name in the chat all the time, not just here, but in lots of other places. I probably run into Rushing Wind Mountain every day, or pretty close to it, in other people's live streams and premieres. You know how I continuously say that it becomes harder and harder to support everybody as much as we all might like when we're following more and more creators? Actually, some of us have been here so long now and are supporting so many channels that some of us are not even running into each other every day. Now, I've been noticing that lately. Some of my friends that I've been seeing like every single day, sometimes I don't see. And it's not because they're not out supporting people. It's because we have spiderwebbed out the network. The community has gotten so big that we're all in different places all the time, which is really, really cool. Rushing Wind Mountain has been a dear supporter. She said, one of my favorite things to have read the other day, I can't remember where, I mentioned it in the last live stream. Somebody was asking about Rushing Wind Mountain and the fact that they are so supportive to other people, which is absolutely true. Rushing Wind Mountain's here for almost every stream. I certainly don't expect that from anybody. I don't expect any amount of time from anybody at all. I am grateful for every moment everybody can spend here. But Rushing Wind Mountain is a creator who's with us pretty much all the time, and I really do appreciate it. But they're supportive in that way to so many other people as well. So somebody was mentioning it, and Ruby said that, if I remember right, they said their mother taught them that they should never forget the people that help you get to where you're going when you're trying to do something. Basically is the gist of it. I'm paraphrasing, but you know what I mean. And it's heartwarming for somebody like me to hear that. And I promise you, I live by those words every day. From the beginning of Tuber Chat, from the very first live stream, I believe, have kept statistics for every single channel that has ever been here, unless there's been a technical glitch. But we're literally talking 925 spreadsheets that I have of every channel that's basically made an appearance into a chat. And the reason why, more than anything else, is to make sure that nobody gets forgotten. Right? You can go back over your channel. You can keep looks at some of your old live stream chat replays. If you're fast enough with Nightbot, every 7 days, or basically it holds your logs for 7 days, you can see every single thing that everybody ever said in any of your premiere live stream chats. In Nightbot, you have to copy it out, but you know what I mean, right? There's these things that we can use, and that means, even though Tuber Chat's been here for almost 6 years, Rushing Wind Mountain's been here for probably 5 of those years or close to it, other people who were here at the same time, on the same day that Rushing Wind Mountain first came into a Tuber Chat live stream, they will never be forgotten because I've still got their name on a list. If they're still on YouTube, I can still go back there and check in with people, right? This is one thing that people value greatly, is not being forgotten, really standing out. And this is a creator that stands out in that way. So Rushing Wind Mountain is going to bring us beautiful views in the Pacific Northwest, nature-based and with some wildlife as well. It's interesting on this channel because the videos could be anywhere from a minute to 12 hours long. Same for live streams, basically, as well. And they have posted all sorts of different things. It's usually nature and wildlife, but they've made a couple of videos like those fireplaces, which are probably going to pick up steam every year, I imagine, around the Christmas season. They've got another premiere coming up in a couple of days, so we'll be looking forward to that. There's always pleasing audio to go along with those pleasing visuals. And then shorts on the channel. Ruby's got a few shorts here. Some of the newest ones are the ones that are moving the fastest. So we remember the days where they had like this 18,000. I'm pretty sure this short was the most popular one. And look at this. There's 4 more. 27, 30,000, 39,000, 112,000. I got to make a note and see if that... I'm literally going to make a note. Ruby has 112K on a short. Whether I'll remember that or not, I'm not sure. I break notes and then I don't look at them after. But I'm going to try. And then I want to see if that video is still getting views, because I think it is. And then live streams on the channel as well. And Ruby's experimented both with landscape and portrait, or horizontal and vertical. And again, these feature pleasing audio, pleasing visuals, and they can go anywhere from moments to hours. Hours and hours and hours. So hopefully everybody will connect with Rushing Wind Mountain. Obviously an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there as well. Purple Tube, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. That's another creator who's probably been with us for 4 years, maybe 5. Getting close to it. Chef CV is coming up, and this creator is very much connected to Tim Mitchell. We'll look at both of their channels and an extra one, actually. Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official is where Chef CV helps us navigate the kitchen. She makes interesting meals, dishes, and combinations. You notice the glorious, colorful wheel. It's actually called the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune here as well. We'll talk about that in a moment when we get to the live streams, but this creator is going to help us understand the kitchen by bringing us some appliances, some bakeware, some cookware, and I believe product reviews as well. There's Chef CV and Tim Mitchell together there, and a story about how they got together. I'm always happy to hear stories like that, and it's a perfect video to connect with. It's just under 10 minutes as well. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,300, 1,500, 2,500 views on one of the newest shorts, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel. So they're live every every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern. They've got another channel we'll talk about with different live streams as well. But this one's already set to go. So why do I feel like I'm getting the dates wrong on some of this stuff? Is the 29th Sunday? I think it is, right? Yes, and Jesse's birthday, which I mentioned 100 times today, is on the 30th. I keep a note with all the moderators' birthdays. It's the first page in my notebook. And I change notebooks every 6 months or so. When we look at Cooking with the Munchie Mafia official, every Sunday at 9 p.m., once in a while they do a different one and they move things around. But otherwise, what we're going to see is the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune, where the audience is able to contribute ingredients when Chef CV spins the colorful, vibrant wheel. Different combinations are going to come up, and she's going to be all but forced to make whatever the audience has contributed. And then sometimes they get together with other creators like Butler Family Farm and Devil Dog to make some sugar-free treats for things that I didn't actually know could be sugar-free. And that can be like key lime pie, or they recently did cheesecake. They did a pecan pie here as well. This one, this video doesn't have the red line all the way across, but I'm actually in the process of running this channel. So, of course, stopping and starting when we're live streaming or when the computer wants to reset or whatever. But I think I've been through the videos, and now I'm into the live streams, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there we go. You see red lines on pretty much every video here. So it's working. Hopefully the watch hours are climbing the way they're supposed to. And then let's look at the unofficial, official off-topic squirrel. Swapping playlists is still a benefit to monetize channels. When you swap playlists and somebody runs an entire playlist of your videos, they're running every video from beginning to the end. So you can imagine that helps your retention. Cove Action, good to see you in house. Thanks for coming in. That is Chuck and Lori. And I'm going to get them onto the wheel. And then, yes, I wonder if April... I was waiting for April Showers Network to come in so I could mention that, because we have a channel called April Showers Network that comes into the live streams regularly, actually, and next month is her month. It's only a few days away. The official off-topic squirrel, this is a complimentary channel for Chef CV. Now, Tim Mitchell produces the videos and live streams, and actually, if you catch the Mystery Wheel of Misfortune, you're going to find a multicam setup. I believe he's got 4 cameras set up for that. Shorts on this channel have gotten into 1,200 views, 1,500 views. This gives us a little bit of a behind-the-scenes look at Chef CV. And then on the first Saturday of every month, I believe is when they said they're going to do these, or am I getting it wrong again? Last Saturday of every month. They're going to do Cards Against Humanity. So last month they had this scheduled for February the 7th, but now they're moving them to the last Saturday. So I'm assuming you're doing this on the 28th. And forgive me, I don't mean to keep getting this wrong, but Tim Mitchell and Chef CV, if you want to let me know or let us know if that's right. And then Tim Mitchell's coming up. Now, he's got his own channel. And this, I think he's got another video, too. Why is my red line not all the way across on some of these? I'm going to put these in my catch-up list, but I'll run them at the end, because I'm always running multiple things. Tim Mitchell is bringing us some outdoor footage, and this creator actually takes us on the road as well. Some of his dash cam footage is done really well. At 1,500, 1,600, 1,900 views between outdoor footage and dash cam content, and then live streams. Yeah, so this is his latest live stream. This is the one I missed the other day. I wondered about that thumbnail. Because I went and I commented on it. That's why. I'm not sure about this one, though, but it's okay. I'll rerun both of those. At some point, I'll run the whole channel anyway. Tim Mitchell is at 410 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 500. We know they're thinking about. Thank you, Chef CV. Yes, I don't know why I keep getting confused over that. Dan does his monthly live stream on the last Friday of every month, so he's got one coming up tomorrow. Which we'll be looking forward to. So, Tim Mitchell usually takes us on the road. And these happen usually on Tuesdays. Both Tim Mitchell and Chef CV might do pop-up live streams occasionally. So we have our notification bell on, and that gives us the best chance of catching each other when possible. Mama Tato Heyday is up on the are in the chat. I'm going to put them on the wheel in a second. The source is coming up. We're going to take a break, but we'll just make them quick ones now. We've still got half an hour to go. And we'll go and raid into PK Adventure Travels at 8 o'clock. They're already on. And then Michael's Adventures will drop a premiere as well. So let's go for 3.5 minutes. And then we're going to come back and talk about the source. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at the source right now. And this is Doran. This is another creator who's here with us for just about every stream. What I noticed from the source when they started coming into the Tuber Chat live streams in this community, probably 6 months ago. I think it's longer than 6 months now, actually. It's not. I know it's not a year, but it's got to be getting somewhere in between there. This creator started sending friends over here right away. I wouldn't have been surprised if the first probably dozen streams or more that we did after this creator found us, they were sending at least a friend or two, pardon me, every single stream. I appreciate it greatly, but what you're going to see is a theme throughout their channel where they're putting a lot of focus on promoting other people, which is great to see. So the source is long past their 3,000 subscribers now, which is great to see. We get a great chance to get to know the creator behind the channel. They bring us into their life. They take us outdoors. They bring us to the beach. And there's a lot of variety in the videos here, as well as shorts on the channel getting into 1,800, 1,900, 3,600 views. But live streams bring a different mix of content here. He's got a series of interviews where he's connecting with other people to learn about their channels, other influencers, and then introducing them to us. He's got a support wheel series of live streams where people are welcome to connect or encourage the same way we do here in Superchatter very similarly. And then otherwise he might be bringing us some updates about the creator, taking us out to the beach and other places as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with the source. And he's here, like I said, frequently and always engaging in the chat as well, for which I'm grateful.
For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like.
And then Crafty Witch 232 is coming up. This is Andy. This is another creator who's on just about every day, if you can imagine. Oh, our Georgia Suburban Homestead, yeah. When we look at Crafty Witch 232, I wonder, our Georgia Suburban Homestead, you might have a membership on another channel. They usually have one on one of their two channels. Warm Strong Adventures, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And then Crafty Witch 232, what I'm talking about when I say they're on every day, I'll show you their videos and shorts in a second here, but they typically live stream almost daily at 9 p.m. Eastern, somewhere thereabouts. They mix up the times a little bit. This creator is typically on creating all kinds of different things. They actually let us know on their About section they craft all the things. They do cross-stitch, crochet, 3D printing, jewelry making, perler beads, and more. What we most often find is a mix of 3D printing and crochet. I've seen them do cross stitch. I've seen them play a video game on a live stream actually, but crocheting almost every day, and they connect, meaning keep up with the chat and talk to the audience while they do vertical live streams, which do spectacularly well for them. Also, this creator is one of the fastest growing channels that we've seen in the Tuber Chat family, now over 5,300 subscribers. And I believe that the vertical live streams are a big part of it, but the creator is very engaging, and like I said, she keeps up with the chat. What I came to learn after a few months of knowing this creator, she's actually selling the things that she's making. That's the purpose in making a lot of the stuff. You notice the pop culture references here. Some of these have done really, really well when we think about shorts on the channel. Some of these have gotten into 10,000 and 14,000 views on a couple. And then videos on the channel feature a bit of random content in line with all of her shorts and live streams, meaning crafting and creating of different types. And then tutorials, actually. When we look at Crafty Witch 232, over the top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Let us spin the wheel, and then we'll see who's coming up next. I'm assuming that Andy will be on tonight. And then Covaction is coming up, and that is going to be Chuck and Lori from Syracuse.
If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course.
I'll get to as many channels as I can. We still got another 15 minutes to go. It's actually time for me to start dropping the link for PK Adventure Travels. Let's see if I can find it easily. I'm going digging through my notifications to get to it this time. And what we're going to do is we'll go over there and raid after. So we know Michael's Adventures drops his premieres every day at 8 p.m. Eastern. We just mix these raids up a little bit. I'm just going to pin this link as well. You notice the pins are going to the bottom of the chat now. That was a fun surprise today. Oh, and oh no, Georgia Suburban Homestead. You know why? Because I made the stream unlisted right now. So thank you for the idea. I know, I'm going to put you on the wheel right now. I know you're always a member. When I unlist the stream, it probably won't allow things like super chats and memberships and stuff like that. But thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary, like I always say. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead always has a membership here, but it must have lapsed, and I just I unlist the stream when it's too overwhelmingly busy at the end, because I can't get to everybody's channel, and I really want as few people disappointed as possible. But that starts to slow things down. People go to other channels and things like that usually. Covaction Travel is up on the screen right now. So this is Chuck and Lori together. They are bringing us to some really interesting places. In the latest video that I watched, they took us through the Dublin Guinness Storehouse. And I didn't know the name of it correctly before, but I've heard of this many times, where you can learn to pour your perfect pint, which they did as well. They bring us to a lot of interesting places. You notice from the thumbnails and the titles, the different places they're taking us. They got together for a couple of Christmas series on 2 different channels. I'll show you the other one in a second. But you get an idea of some of the places they visited. They take their camera work and their video editing very seriously. They use DaVinci Resolve. They've shared that knowledge with us. They talk about tips and tricks. They talk about planning, because sometimes when you're traveling, especially if you're going on tours and things like that, things can be very fast-paced. How can you hurry up and get your drone footage? How can you hurry up and get your stills? How can you, figure out how you're going to get all the shots that you want? So they share all that as well. Covaction Travel has got shorts on their channel getting into 8,500, 12,000, 20,000 views, and then live streams on the channel as well. So I missed the one they did a week and a half ago. I'm curious if you're going to do another one soon, because probably coming up. They're usually live every, I would like to say 2 or 3 weeks, something like that. But we'll be looking forward to the next one. And then I'm just going to show you, they're monetized, of course, lots of ways to support them. I'm just going to show you the other channel, Live, Love, Laugh, Lori. And this is where they have a second channel set up. So really they're focused on Covaction Travel, but it's great to know that they've got another channel ready to go. We'll see if Lori's going to do any more with this, or if they're going to do anything with it. You recognize the thumbnails here because it looks the same when you look at the thumbnails, but it's actually a different Christmas series. So they did a really good job. They put out like double Vlogmas, if you can imagine that. And then we'll see what more the channel's going to have. So we'd love to get this channel going towards its first 100 subscribers, to give it its solid and strong foundation. And then, yes, I love the holidays too. I haven't brought myself to try to do a series like that. A bit ambitious for me. We all have the same amount of time in life, but this is Chuck encouraging her to do more, which is great to see. I try to encourage Kristen as well. Kristen has a great way of describing us, and I tripped over this when I was talking about it with Lou in the 900th episode. I hope everybody will go back and watch the first 2 hours of that one, because it was extra special. We had a great conversation about AI and the things we're using, but I talked about Kristen Welton here. And the way she has described it is the fact that we ground each other, but also uplift each other. Because in life, I've heard a term, and it was just this year that I've heard this term used in, like, business books or self-help stuff and whatever. I listen to a lot of podcasts and audiobooks. Guardrails. Guardrails are the idea, because sometimes we have wild, grandiose ideas, and they can just send us off on tangents like my story time here. We need guardrails to say, stop with the story time. You got 12 minutes left. Let's get to channels. You know what I mean? Canadian Family Life is up here from New Brunswick, and Tiffany brings us a family channel here, and the whole family gets involved. Bella, Alex, Chris, her husband, he's got his own channel as well. We'll look at that in a second. They've got a brand new video. They put this out yesterday. It's a food bank grocery haul. They do plenty of these, along with cooking and baking and challenges between husband and wife and the other family members. They do crafting. They do product reviews, sponsored videos, lots of Happy Meal. This is one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Tuber Chat family. They got to their first 3,000 subscribers in just barely over a year. Tiffany's out there supporting people all the time. I run into her probably every day in different premieres and live streams. They've got shorts over here that feature some Canadian winter weather over there in New Brunswick, getting into 5,600, 9,100 views on some of their outdoor shorts videos. And then live streams on the channel. Tiffany's usually live every month or two, but like I've talked about with other creators, she's so supportive to others. She'll have a flood of support in her chat every time she goes live because of how much she does for other people. So she's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. I'm just going to show you her husband's channel quickly, Chris's Creation Fun. And she actually put out a video the other day that let us know that there might be more content expected over here as well. Chris does product reviews now, as well as some 3D printing, works on solar equipment, and the grow lights for the container garden that's featured on Canadian Family Life that I talk about all the time.
If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone.
And this is another channel I'm still getting to know, and what I really mean by that, because Vintage V has been with us actually for several months now, I believe. But we're looking forward to more content, let's just say. So Vintage V is working on 500 subscribers now, which is great to see. And then the videos, there's almost a dozen of them here, and a bit of variety. Some of these are highlights from the live streams, though. We'll look at those in a quick second here. They've got shorts on the channel. These have gotten into 8,000, almost 9,000, 15,000, 27,000 on a couple of these, which is great to see. And then live streams as well. Now, hopefully I'll catch you for one of these live streams, but it's been about a month. I'm not sure if I caught that one or if I ran that one. I might have run it. I can't remember for the life of me. But hopefully I'll catch you for another one. Like I keep saying, we got notification bells on for every single channel, and that is in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other and making sure we catch as much content from each other as well. And then Nopers Plays, I hope I've got that right when I'm pronouncing that name. Yeah, I'm hoping that you're meeting friends already. Here, our instructions are always in our video description, but we've been at this for a long time. And it's literally just a community where everybody can get together, basically a growth stream. But I knew when I started this 5.5 years ago that friendships are really the thing that's going to drive everybody's success and give everybody a strong, solid foundation for their channel, regardless of category or niche. And you hear that in the stories that I tell about all these different channels, like Silver Assassin Metal Detecting. They let us know earlier in the stream today that they have collaborated with channels that have done some magnet fishing, which is another outdoor activity. I group a lot of channels together when I talk about homesteading because there's so much interest in the outdoors, and a lot of these creators have similarity in their generosity, wanting to share knowledge and resources with each other, both inside and outside of YouTube. YouTube is just a great platform for that. When we look at Silver Assassin Metal Detecting, this creator, I mean, when I think metal detecting, I always think money, right? When I was younger, I used to think I want to buy a metal detector and go running up and down the beach and get all the change everybody drops all day. But there's so much more to it, and you'll see from Silver Assassin Metal Detecting that they find some really interesting artifacts with a lot of history. But then when we do think about silver and gold and the year that they've had, and what I personally will be maybe expecting in the at least short term, they have to be excited about some of the things that they've managed to find, because gold and silver have obviously had a record year. Live streams on the channel as well. We'll keep our eyes peeled for more of those, but we got notification bells on for every channel. I know I say it a million times. It's true. Silver Assassin Metal Detecting, I can't even remember. They've been with us at least a few years. At least 2, but I'm thinking 3. I'm not sure if it's quite 4, but somewhere thereabouts. And I hope that everybody takes inspiration from that idea. You are literally meeting friends here all the time that will be supporting you years into the future. We can see the future now because of what we've been doing for the last, like I said, 5.5 years, 6 years coming up a month from now.
If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Tuberchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around.
So Mama Tato is posting all kinds. I just watched a video. It's already days behind because they've posted more videos. This is an interesting game. Most people are probably familiar with the name Heyday. It's very much like Farmville, or at least I describe it that way. But I've played this game, hundreds of hours of this game actually. When I talk about the idea, I worked in film for years. I had the opportunity to basically do whatever I wanted for almost 12 hours every shift with a little bit of some location support, they call it. And a bit of production assistance and stuff like that. But Heyday was a game that I played with the first tablet I ever had, which was a Samsung Galaxy Tab 3, and I still have it today. And I played a lot of Heyday. I haven't played in a while, but it's interesting to see how far this game has come and how far some of our friends have gone. In the last video, she's getting those daily rewards, which is great to see. We all know with video games of different types, especially these mobile games these days, how important those can be for free bonuses and unlocked features and things like that. But when I had played this game, we, plugs into Facebook and everything. You can have your friends come by and, assist your farm and water your gardens and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. 1,300, 2,200 views on some of the shorts on the channel, and then live streams as well. So they've got some more Heyday planned for tomorrow and a few days after that. And this is a chance to hang out with Cindy and play some Heyday and get to know. They've got a really elaborate farm going on. I watched this today, but it was right before Tuberchat, so I was actually working on the computer while I had it like playing beside me. I was just kind of glancing over and looking a little bit. It reminds me of what I remember from Heyday, but it's been a while since I've played. But we got a couple of these channels now. I think Mama Tato Heyday introduced us to another friend as well. Oh, she's gonna have some fun jokes for people who don't play Heyday. I used to do nightclub promotions with people, and we thought we were really clever, stealing a line from MasterCard a long time ago. And we had this thing, we were doing a Thursday night series, and we called it Privilege Thursdays, which, whatever, just a ridiculous name. But the idea was, we said, there are some people who don't go out on Thursday nights for everyone else, there's privilege, right? The line from MasterCard. And you're making me think of that right now when you're saying you've got some shorts for people who don't play Hay Day. And then, yeah, it's just another fun game. I like some mobile games. I like Candy Crush as much as anybody else. I think I got to like level 300, never much farther than that. I just keep restarting. When it gets too hard, I just restart. I haven't played for a long time. I haven't been playing anything lately. One of the creators here, was it Fairbrick Studio that got me playing Lego Tower? I think I used to play one of the Tiny Tower games. And then our Georgia Suburban Homestead is up on the screen.
If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share.
So I just dropped a link again for PK Adventure Travels. They're already live. We're going to go over there and raid in. Say hello to Ryan and Mel. They're incredibly supportive. They have been ever since finding us. They've been with us over a year now. They're here with us all the time. They'll allow and encourage everybody to connect the same way we do here. Oh, Archery Class? Yes, Archery Clash. I haven't seen that. But, yeah, Tim Mitchell and Chef Seavey, they also play Cards Against Humanity on their other channel that we talked about earlier. That's coming up on Saturday. And the audience can contribute answers to some of the cards that come up, and it gets as wild as you'd imagine. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead is up on the screen right now. And pardon me, yes, you're right, Jen Palazzo. I still have Legos that my family got me. I packed them away when I moved my office, and I got to bring them back out. They've given me some Legos that I need to put together. They were meant for YouTube videos. They're meant to either be behind me or to make like time-lapse videos. Our Georgia Suburban Homestead brings us homesteading in the truest sense of the word. But this creator actually wants to motivate us to grow our own food even in a residential neighborhood. They call it a great form of civil disobedience. And I know a lot of people are fans of that kind of idea. And then when we think about homesteading, though, this creator is going to bring us a lot of outdoor content, but they bring us into their home as well, of course. I'm just going to grab the latest video. They've been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter for years now. And they've got another channel. We'll look at that in a quick second. They got shorts over here at 5,900, 10,000 views, which is great to see. Mostly outdoor footage here, but they bring us into their home again as well. And then live streams over here. They've done plenty of these in the past. We'll see when they're going to bring another one of these. I'm praying that they've got their other channel linked here. They don't. I wonder if I'm going to remember. Bored as Heck Crafts. Bored as Heck Crafts. Oh, I tripped for a second there. I thought I wasn't going to remember it. And I'm tripping over the search results here. I gotta get it with no spaces. And then hopefully everybody going over to PK Adventure Travels will say Tuber Chat Raid when you go over there, just to let anybody who's not already familiar with us know that we've come in. And we're all doing the same thing. Nopers Plays. I've been on YouTube for almost 9 years, but I continue to learn every day, and the idea is to try to get a little bit better as time goes on. Luckily, a lot of us give each other tips and tricks. We continue to learn from each other, if that makes any sense, along with watching our analytics and the other things we need to do. So Bored as Heck Crafts has got a small series of videos ready to go here up to a month ago. We'll see if they're going to bring some more content, but it looks like it's going to be... They work in the garden. They do resin art, wire wrapping, painting, crochet, weaving, and recipe inventing as well, which has to be fun. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And let's drop that. Like I said, Michael's Adventures is dropping his premiere that's likely already started. And he's on every day at 8 p.m. He's a beloved and dedicated moderator here. And then PK Adventure Travels we're going to raid for today. Jessie Journals and Unboxes has a birthday coming up on Monday. She'll drop her premiere on Sunday. We're going to raid into that. When we go over there, we'll be on right after Chris and Larry. And we mix up the days and times. We don't have a schedule. We mix up both. High Plains Camper is up on the screen. I just watched a video from this creator. I was saying after the last live stream, I wanted to sit and watch a video. So same thing. I watched this when I got in from work today, but literally like was working on the computer while I was watching. But this is kind of cool because the the intro made me laugh. This intro, I don't usually play videos, but that's funny. That's amazing. I love when creators are putting like that kind of extra effort into bringing some fun on the beginnings of their videos. So this creator is going to go solo camping, and they're going to bring us actually a lot of different aspects. They basically vlog, right, in the truest sense of the word. So the camera's on for a while, let us know what they're doing. They'll cook their meal, they'll set up shop, they will build a fire, they'll talk about the weather and different things that come up and tell stories while the video goes on as well. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's another video I can catch up with. That's just a fun name for a playlist that I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then shorts on this channel have gotten into 3,200, 7,300, 7,500 views. And then live streams on the channel as well. So they just live streamed yesterday. I don't know how I missed that, but I missed a bunch of stuff yesterday. I had a friend on Twitch as well that he texted me. I said I was going to be there, and then I missed it. I don't know. But anybody can reach out anytime. I'm on Instagram all the time, Facebook most of the time, Twitter some of the time as well. And then Handicapped Traveler is coming up right now. So thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can be here. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We get to as many as we can in a 3-hour period. We'll be back on Sunday at a much earlier time. And since we don't do streams at that time very often, my expectation is it won't be so overwhelming. We might even get to more channels that day, so we'll hope so. And then hopefully everybody here will connect with all of our moderators. They are all dear friends of mine and dear friends of each other, but they're some of the most supportive creators that I've met in my YouTube journey, and I wouldn't be able to do these streams the way they are if it wasn't for their help over all these years. And then Handicapped Traveler is coming up. This is Dan. He's got a live stream coming up tomorrow. He only does it once a month, so we got to try to catch that. This creator is going to bring us travel from a certain perspective, of course, hence the name of the channel, working on 1,700 subscribers. I'm just going to grab his latest video, though, put this into my catch-up list. He brings cooking videos in between the travel, and then shorts on the channel as well have gotten into 1,400, 2,700, 2,800 views. We can see he brings us all 4 seasons, and then live streams on the channel. So we expect these once a month. It's a chance to hang out with the creator and then connect with each other while we're there. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. And then Ryan and Mel are ending their live stream right now, so we missed them, unfortunately. But let's see how... I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll play the end screen, and we'll raid into Michael's Adventures. His premiere's already running. And then if I can ask you to scratch and PPA if you're able to grab that link maybe faster than I am. And we'll make a quick exit for 3.5 minutes. Everybody can clean up their connections here. I'll see you over there with Michael's Adventures, and he'll have more people for us to connect with. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Superchat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Superchat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops too. Get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise. Together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.